on for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy. Big D! Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, Sean Belesian, here in the house. We got KG, we got Spencer Baxter, we got Chase in the Chase Lounge. We have all of you. And first off, Sean, before we even get into it all, when I say we have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, all of them rolled out to the Grand Slam Fest. It was an incredible crowd, Sean. So, how was the opening day weekend for you, man?
Outstanding, man. No, you know what? So many good things going on. It was great to see the Tigers take care of business, man. Go beat a bad team. And I understand, we'll talk about it, over the course of the show. Chicago's not as bad as they were last year. I mean, of course, but go beat a bad team. Inflict more misery on them, and they did. It's not a lot to complain about. That's a good thing. You still haven't had to pull that gun out yet. You still haven't been able to walk behind the shed just yet.
I promise you.
I know you're waiting. Tomorrow night might be the night, though. You might. I might tap you on the shoulder and go, kind of Lion King, it is time. We might have to do that tomorrow night, but we'll see.
No, and it all lines up for that, because all of a sudden your Montreal Canadiens have turned into the 80s Oilers with Gretzky and Esa Tikkanen, Jari Kurri, and the gang.
It's everything. Like, I'm not joking, Neil. It's everything right now. Like, I was watching the game yesterday, and the rookie goalie, their number 2, he was Tretiak. He was prime Tretiak. So, you know what? Great opportunity for the Red Wings tomorrow. It'll be fun. Big game in Montreal, and they're still alive. They are. I know a lot of people.
It still doesn't feel like it.
No,
though, Sean.
I agree. I think, you know what? If you go beat the Habs tomorrow in Montreal, it's still a tough climb, but there's a big difference only being 4 down with 5 to go. You lose, and it's effectively over. Really it is, because then all of a sudden you're down 8 points with 5 games to go. Well, good luck with that. Then you're in a position where you have to win out and hope the Habs, in essence, lose out, So, yeah, it's fun. But, no, it was all about the baseball over the weekend. It was really weird. I don't know about you, Neil, and I'm going to ask the rest of you guys. I wasn't feeling the Final Four on Saturday, and I kind of felt guilty about it. Same vibe?
Well, here's what was tough. So I had to work because I did TV for the Detroit City game, and so I get out. We had like a little family birthday gathering going on. So I got over there, and then I got a chance to watch the end of the Florida Auburn game. But like the Duke Houston thing, I kind of floated in and out, and then at the end, obviously, I locked in. Because I can't wait for...
Everybody did.
Well, I can't wait. Duke with a nuclear meltdown.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Nuclear meltdown.
That was insane.
Yes, it was.
They scored 1 basket in the last 10 minutes of the game.
You like
10 minutes.
But even with like a minute and 57 left, you're like, there's no way they're going to blow this. What was it, a 7-point lead? There's no way they're going to blow this. That was insane. I was watching just for Duke reasons, so I got to be honest.
Well, and as was America. Now,
everybody likes to see Duke lose.
Yeah. But see, Spenny, I feel like a bridge had been crossed with that, because I've talked about this since last summer, and you guys know it, and my little text buddy friend group, they give me crap about it all the time. It's weird that happened to Duke. Because I was told Cooper Flagg will, quote, replace LeBron next year.
I know, right?
I was told that multiple. Were we not?
I was told that, too.
And look, if my buddies are watching right now, you guys can piss off. Tell me, Spenny, KG, tell me that's not true. Anytime we talked about basketball,
I've heard that.
Cooper Flagg's next. He's going to run this league.
That was his 2011 finals.
Well, yeah. But without the other stuff leading up to it.
How
What do you
many
got,
times have we heard that, though, Neil? We heard it from Sean Livingston.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the next LeBron coming
Yeah.
out of high school. We heard it from Jabari Parker. Oh, he's going to be the next. Who can forget Ben Simmons, the next LeBron James?
No, you know who
He
the
was on
next
the way.
You know who the LeBron is? LeBron.
That's what it is. I hate him all you want. If you hate him, I understand. You hate greatness. I'm a LeBron guy. You guys know I'm a
Yeah,
LeBron guy.
I am too. Yeah.
You guys are gonna miss him when he's gone.
I've been saying
you
that,
don't,
bro.
You don't really think of what he's done for the league for the past 20 years.
Right.
He's been in his prime. He's been arguably the best player in the world for 20 years.
That doesn't happen.
No.
Yeah,
He's not out there shooting 19% from three as last year like some other
He still look
people
good.
were.
He does.
He's a top person at his position still at 40.
Sean sells his body to the game and all that. And look, I know 3, 2, 1. The chat's going to melt down. Oh, by the way, go ahead.
Do you know what it reminds me of? I'm so glad that I had the wherewithal to enjoy Michael Jordan while Michael Jordan was there. Because like everybody else around him, I hated Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I couldn't. And then one day, it was actually during the 92 finals, I was just like, dude, you're watching who is probably going to be the best basketball player you've ever seen in your life. You better start enjoying it.
That was my Jordan arc, too.
And honestly, I'm at the same point with LeBron. I don't know when it happened. I have no idea. At least with Jordan, I knew the moment. It was this moment. Remember Jordan during the 92? It was this.
Yeah.
And it was just like, motherfucker, I hate you.
Yeah.
But gosh damn it, you're the best I've ever seen.
It's
you
so
know?
damn
The
good.
thing
And I don't know. There's no like exact moment with LeBron, but Spenny, hearing you talk about it, I did the same thing. I'm like, look, embrace this guy.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I think you're a drama queen. You are easily one of the best basketball players who's ever played, and I'm going to respect you as such.
That's the time for, because I hated LeBron when he was in Cleveland and when he torched the Pistons. Obviously the 24 points in a row or whatever it was. But Miami, when I saw the Thiago
Heatles?
Splitter block, when he blocked Thiago Splitter in the
Okay.
playoffs,
Yep.
Thiago Splitter, 7-footer, powerful dude, came down the lane to dunk it, cocked it back. LeBron just went straight up block. I was like, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
And that year after they lost to the Mavericks, that LeBron James,
2012, yeah.
he's one of the scariest players. He was 6'9", 290 pounds, going out there playing point guard. Like, it was one of the scariest things I've ever
Dude,
seen.
a tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately a tight end
Yeah.
going and playing point guard. It was
Yeah.
insane.
He's been the most criticized athlete probably of all time, definitely of this era. And is it fair? I'm a LeBron guy. I can understand why people don't like LeBron, the play
Absolutely.
style, the foul calls. I get it. But y'all hate this man so much. Like, where's that hate going to go when he leaves?
But the moral of the story is this. Cooper Flag ain't him.
No.
No, not at all.
All right,
No, not at all.
let me land the plane here on
not
it.
him.
Yeah, he's not him.
I told
and-
a bitch I'm him, quit playing.
But that's it. The Cooper Flag thing. Like I always said this too with my buddies. I'm like, okay, let the Wizards win the lottery, drop him in Washington, and when can I expect the title for the Wizards? What, next year, the year after? Like what? He's going to descend upon the Wizards organization and fix them? No, that's
He's
essentially
the savior of Charlotte, isn't he? Cooper's going to be the
Yes.
savior of Charlotte.
Right.
He's going to be the man.
Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread in the super chat, like Detroit supremacy. We need to start a GoFundMe for Cade to get new Crocs, seeing as he had to burn his old ones.
yeah, did you guys see that? Did you
No.
hear
No,
that?
I saw it, but I was going to ask you it because you're more attuned to this stuff than I am.
Yeah, it was a Drake quote from his new song, and he talked about sleeping in the Pistons locker room when he did perform at the LCA recently, like last year or something like that. Sleeping in the Pistons locker room and then wearing Cade Cunningham's Crocs that he left there to have sex with a woman in. Kind of
okay.
weird.
All
Kind of
right.
weird. Like,
It's a weird flex.
I don't know
You
if it's
need your
everything that
Crocs.
he
When
does.
you're banging a chick in the locker room, you kind of need those Crocs,
Yeah.
right?
I guess.
But another man's Crocs,
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
weird.
It's a little weird.
and a man that's half your age, like,
yeah, it's a little weird.
Another man's rubbers.
I don't know. Everything
Hold
Drake
on.
says or does now, I look at like.
Well, you're
questionable.
compromised. Like,
Absolutely.
I can't go to Spenny for unbiased commentary
Nope.
in this thing.
100%
I mean, but
biased.
you gotta look at him with a magnifying glass now. I mean, you Drake. Why the hell is you having sex in a fucking LCA locker room? Like, you fucking Drake.
Well-
Go buy out the Four
Well, he
Seasons
never
or
said
something.
he had sex in the locker room. He said he slept in the locker room. Cade left his Crocs and he took them and then had sex with the girl in them.
Oh, okay.
So
Still weird.
still weird. It's better flex to do it in the locker. It would make more sense to do it in the locker room in the Crocs. If you took the Crocs home, I don't know. He's weird. He's a weird guy.
Detroit Supremacy wraps up with that text with also Elite Tagger Javi is back.
Oh, I'm on your ass today.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, I can't wait
You
for
seen
this.
Javi? You see Javi's slash lines, Neil? Come on.
He
Oh,
was
I
the
know.
catalyst to that comeback in the ninth.
Absolutely, he was.
Catalyst.
He was the
He
catalyst.
was the reason they were still in the game.
I'm on your ass. Neil,
But he
today.
wasn't the reason they lost it the other night. No, okay.
Elite defense from him this weekend.
Absolutely.
Elite.
And offense.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Sandy Dorton, how can anybody doubt these sports teams? Just keep believing, for God's sake. No, it is fun. Pete Smith, Neil, can you break down the decision for the White Sox to bunt in the top of the fourth, up 2-1 in the 9th game of the year?
The dumbest thing I saw.
Thanks for that, Pete.
The biggest White Sox move I saw all weekend was when they had the force out at home and the catcher wasn't standing on the plate. I forget what day it was. I think it was Saturday. I don't know. It's kind of a blur. Good weekend. Shout out. Went to a nice young lady's apartment after the game on Friday. But that's besides the point. We shout out second best. Good time there. It was bases juiced. Little dribbler. You got the force out at home. They throw home. Catcher's not standing on the plate.
I know.
I was like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Do you know what's funny? I swear to God, my kid and I had this conversation over the weekend. It wasn't that long ago that the Chicago White Sox were the model of how to do a rebuild. And remember, they brought in 238-year-old Tony La Russa?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they had
He's sleeping in the dugout.
this loaded pitching staff, and Robert was the next, and Eloy Jimenez was the next. And the worst part about all of that, is this is also a franchise that won a World Series championship in all of our lifetime.
Yeah.
That's the worst fucking part about it.
It is.
As we were ripping the White Sox, having the exact same conversation you just were, just going, how White Sox is this? How White Sox is that? I looked at my kid and I go, you need to know this, okay? They won a World Series when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I remember. And I go, we've been waiting 41 years.
Yeah.
Was it Mark Burley?
It was gosh damn. I mean, that hurt my
Konerko?
soul. That hurt my soul.
Paul
Like
Konerko.
verbalizing that.
Jermaine
Scott
Dye.
Posednik.
Yeah.
God.
Was AJ
That's a throwback.
Brzezinski on
Yep.
those squads?
Yeah, man. They got a squad.
I
back
liked
then.
AJ. He was an asshole. I liked AJ
Yeah.
Brzezinski. I'm not going to lie. Hated Paul Konerko.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Kiazi, I don't have a problem with Ovi. He's great. No, shout out to him, by the way. You passed
100%.
Wayne Gretzky in goals.
Do you know
The greatest goal scorer of all
That
time.
man.
Can, can I say this, though? This is, and of course, how many times you say this, both things can be true. Anybody who's trying to detract away from Ovechkin, stop.
No.
Like, stop.
Correct.
Like, really stop it. However, the flip side to that is people are also, putting this on a level it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And that's why I sent out just the friendly reminder yesterday, as great as it was, he's one of the best goal scorers I've ever seen. If Wayne Gretzky never scored a goal in the National Hockey League, he's still the all-time leader in points.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is one great one, and it's Wayne Gretzky.
I love
No doubt.
I love Alex Ovechkin. I've always loved Alex Ovechkin, the way he played. When he was young and he was scoring 50 goals, but he was minus 26 on the season, I'm like, all right, dude, I like this guy. And he's laying people out. He's beating the shit out of people. I always liked him more than Crosby. I know Crosby's a better player, but I always liked
Everybody
Ovi
liked Ovi
more.
over Crosby.
And it was awesome to see that. He just seems like such a bro. He does the fucking belly flop after he scores, and he's slamming Coors Lights in the locker room after the game. Like, it's hard. And his wife, absolute smoke show, by the way. But shout out to Alexander Ovechkin. He did it in the same amount of games as Crosby, or not Crosby, as Gretzky did, which is crazy. Like, literally the same amount of games played. But yeah, I mean, he's not Gretzky.
That was his
But
first career goal on
He's
Ilias
the greatest goal scorer I've ever seen. Period. And
he's one of the best ever.
yeah. He's
if
the
not
man.
the best ever. I mean, he's incredible.
He's
man,
the
no
best
doubt.
player in the slot in the history of the NHL.
I used to get pissed. Like so many kids my age, big hockey fans, we all like Don Cherry, right? Don Cherry, animated and all that shit. I used to get really pissed when Cherry would go off on Ovechkin for his goal celebrations. I thought it was a bad take then, and I thought it was. I think
That was
it's a
boomer
bad
shit.
take now.
Yeah.
It is. That's a great. It's boomer shit.
Yeah.
He's always hated the Russians.
Come on, seriously. The game of hockey's a game of passion, okay? The dude would go crazy after he scored a goal. Good for him. That's fantastic. I didn't have any problem with that. I thought that Don was way off base there, and I'm with you, Spenny. I saw prime Mike Bossy.
Yeah.
Mike Bossy was the greatest goal scorer I ever saw. I have to include Alex Ovechkin in that conversation.
Yeah, he's like a more skilled Brett Hall, more skilled Mike Bossy. You know what I'm saying? Like along that line. Kind of a specialist.
And he'll
but
knock
kinda
your
not.
ass the fuck out,
Yeah.
too.
Here's
That's
the
why I
worst
love
part.
him.
Here's the worst part. Everybody knows where he's going to set up.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's going to set up on the off wing, just outside the circle, and you can't stop him.
Can't stop it.
He scored 895 goals, man.
Yeah.
I know where he's going to stand, and I can't stop him.
He's got the
That's-
best one-timer I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's
insane.
It's iconic in the game of to like know a shot, like be like, oh, that the one-timer in the slot, yeah, that's Ovi. It's like he's iconic, man. And congratulate. I hope he goes and wins a cup. I really do. Another one. And then retires, and he's already fat. And he just goes get fatter and drinks more beer.
I know, that's what I love.
You can't hate the guy.
No,
you can't.
Woodward Sports chat thread. RM Dole, the 19% is so overplayed, Neil. Jordan has a better 3-point percentage than LeBron in the finals. Okay, cherry pick more.
Look at the
And the
attempts.
3-point-ish wasn't much of a thing during his career. It's an apples and oranges comparison. That's funny, RM Dole. When I look down, I see 19% at the end.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Like, come on, bro.
I've just always hated the LeBron-Jordan comparison. I get that they're the two greatest players to probably ever grace a court, but they're two different positions, two different eras. I hate pitting them against each other. LeBron has had the better career of anybody.
Well, and it goes
NBA
back,
history.
and it goes back to me with this, and this is unilateral across the board. The Tom Brady's, the LeBrons, and Jordan didn't do this at the end.
He didn't, yeah.
LeBron sells his body to the game. Every single thing he puts inside his body is built towards being great in basketball still.
Right.
Every single thing he does, every single thing Tom Brady put in his body was to win football games and win Super Bowls. He took it to a level, and that's why they're among the greatest.
I hate generational arguments for that reason. If they're dumb, I don't like to participate in them. I'm serious. And more often than not, older dudes are going to say the dude that I saw. I wish my old man was here because he would pontificate about Jim Brown and Gale Sayers. This Barry Sanders guy, he's no. Do you know how many times I had dumb conversations like that? Neil, bigger, stronger, faster is real. And part of that is nutrition. And there is nutrition and advantages today to today's athlete that you didn't have.
And you
30
have
years
to.
ago.
You have to because of the talent pool
You got
around
it.
you.
Yeah.
You have to.
You got it.
You don't have a choice. To be great, it is a non-negotiable. And you can show me anyone that's great, that's been great that we've seen. The difference between them and the Bradys and the LeBrons is they sold out for it. They sold their bodies for it. And that's Kobe was on that track, but he got hurt, and then that was it. Like that's the way that it works. All right, there's a ton of IT hips. He could be great in the pros now. Come on, Neil. He ain't replacing LeBron.
Yeah, he's gonna
IT
be
hips.
great.
I was told this stuff.
He's going to be a great player.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be an extremely good player in the NBA for a long time, but there's a difference between being an extremely great player in the NBA for a long time,
Quote replacing
and being
LeBron.
LeBron.
I think this is different than the Zion thing. Like the Zion thing, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought it was overplayed. I really did. I wondered how dominant that guy would be and how his game would translate. I think Cooper's game translates.
Absolutely.
I don't think he's, again, both things can be true. Neil, at no point in time did you say, I think he's going to be a bust and flame
Right.
out. You don't think he's going to be an all-timer, and I tend to agree with that.
All right, real quick, super chat, then we'll get out of here. Burn, Yankees are wearing their sweaters in Comerica like it's the postseason.
It's chilly.
Welcome back to the House of Yankee Horrors. We're taking two. F your bats. So
That's right. Fuck them torpedoes.
all right, well, we'll see, right?
Yeah.
We go see.
Try and hit them in Comerica. We'll see what happens.
All right, when you want to buy a Chevy, buy that Chevy at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Yes, that is the move, everyone. They're the number one Chevrolet dealer in Michigan, the number one EV dealer in the nation, and they've been the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. The new April deals have dropped. Get the Chevy Silverado, $213 a month on a lease. You can also get the 2025 Chevy Equinox, $286 per month on a lease as well. Go see our guy George. Go see the squad at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's number one Chevrolet dealer. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
All right, Shop.Woodward Sports is the play. We're coming up on a great time here in Detroit sports. The energy downtown on Friday was absolutely incredible. Get the whole Tigers line. Get the playoff gear together for the Pistons. The draft is coming up at the end of the month. We got a Woodward Sports baseball line. Like these hats, they're pretty dope. They're out there too. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, we are off and running Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Monday. Sean Belesian, per usual, in for D-Mac KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread and get your thoughts out there. And if you want to skip the line, feel free. Jump into it like IT Hips did with the super chat. All right, let's just do what everybody wants to do right now.
God.
Yes, they won. They swept the White Sox, came from behind. Nice win. I asked a question, Sean. Torkelson came out hot, had the little 1 for 12 with 6 strikeouts. What's he going to do to answer that? He answered that question. He weaved and bobbed. And he hit an RBI in every single game of the series. Yes, I know it's the White Sox, but you know how I operate with this. I don't care. Yep. Like, that's who they play. Yep. So
take care of who's in front of you.
They're in the division.
Keep it up, dude. I'll throw an apology at him in a heartbeat. Yep. I mean, I'm had a lot of issues with some of the stuff that came out of his pie hole in the off season. You know, especially. I mean, seriously, that's I don't need that stuff. This is the way I've always done stuff. Sometimes you just have to shut your mouth and say, yeah, dude, whatever it takes and everything. But he knew what he was talking about. He looks like TORK.
Yeah. And
the guy we all swooned over late in that year.
Yeah, and he he said that shit, and that pissed me off.
Yep.
But he was obviously lying. Because he obviously looked at his swing and watched a lot of film with the drastic changes that he's made to it. And that's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see him go up there, do the same thing that he did last year and it not work. He made concerned changes to his approach, to his stance, and to his swing, and it's making all the difference in the world. Can't be happier for the guy. And I said it, like, if he hits 30 home runs this year, the Tigers are probably going to make the playoffs. If he doesn't, they probably won't. He is the catalyst of this team. That right-handed bat in there, you need that. With all the lefties you have, you need that power righty in there. So, good shit, TORK. He had the rough stretch. That's what I wanted to see. Because it's going to happen. You're going to have a 1 for 12 stretch. You're going to go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in a game. It's baseball.
You just can't let it turn 2 to 22.
Exactly. You can't let it take control of you, and he didn't. And
what were the issues that we talked about forever? I mean, whether people wanted to admit it or not, you still need home runs in this game, okay?
Absolutely.
And you wondered aloud where the home runs were going to come from. Maybe. He's on trajectory to do what he did a couple years ago. And the one thing that we were worried about was the infield defense, and I'm still terrified about that. No lie about it. But Neil's going to have to offer an apology to Javi.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Shiesty Javi.
You know what, Neil? As a matter of fact, I think you should get on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
Well, Tev Sauce in the super chat echoes your sentiment. Did you see after TORK hit the game winner, everyone just pushed him out of the way so they could go lift up Javi, the real hero. Praise him.
The catalyst.
The catalyst, I know. Okay.
3 hits yesterday.
Elite
looking
defense.
at slash lines at 333, 333, and 777.
Neil, you got it.
What's that? What were the first 2 lines?
Here you go.
333 average.
Which is his batting average?
333.
Uh-huh.
On base percentage, 333.
Oh, okay.
Batting average, 777.
What? Yeah.
Or
What's
OPS.
that? What's that OPS? One more time.
OPS is 777.
Okay. I just want.
777, huh?
All
I just
sevens.
wanted to
All
check.
sevens.
I wanted to check.
That don't look like 516. Do it, Neil.
Hey, I'll tell you what, lay out. Last year sitting at 515, I'll take 777.
You fucking right.
777.
All
Since he
sevens,
isn't
baby.
going anywhere,
and
yes.
KG's voting him. Go to MLB.com. Is the All-Star voting
All-Star.
open yet?
Yeah, hey.
Neil, did you
Load
see
it
that
up.
tag?
Yeah.
Your guy.
Okay.
Your guy.
You know what? Let me.
That's your
All
man.
right.
He plays center
Call
field,
out
he do it
Javi
all.
charges.
IT Hips in the super chat. Neil, what does Javi need to do before you would maybe actually say he turned it around and could be a valuable piece? Let's talk about the tag. All right?
tag
And
was
I got
elite.
blown up on social media, right, with
was
AJ Hinch comments.
It's elite.
You mean he caught the ball where it was thrown?
Neil,
Like, you
come
mean
on.
that?
Come on,
don't do that,
Neil.
Neil.
Look
Don't do
at,
that.
get the, pull the play up. Pull the play up.
Yeah, well, we know
He caught that was where the ball was thrown
and
to.
he dove for it, and it was an amazing tag, dude. Come on.
He caught pull the play up,
Neil,
Spenny.
come on,
Pull it
Neil.
up.
It was an amazing
Oh
You
my
hater,
God, dude.
You
What?
on hater shit
Okay.
right now.
This
IT
is
Hips.
hater shit for sure. Yeah.
He caught the ball where it was thrown to.
Is this real? Like honestly, Neil, I can't even play along with this. Is this real? He
Yes.
caught a ball.
Come on, guys.
Like he caught a ball.
Come on, guys.
This is where
You
we
gotta
are.
at least give him an attaboy.
You gotta
for the
say
weekend.
that was a good tag. You
He
can't
had
say
a, he
it's
had
not.
a day. Have a
The
day.
ball, he caught the ball.
Listen, man. Elite tag.
You guys are
Elite tag, he didn't do anything. He caught the ball.
Come
tag.
on, Neil.
No, okay. Hey, I'll
Plus
give it up.
defender.
Put him in the All-Star game for catching the ball.
Plus defender.
That was an amazing tag, man.
Let's break it down.
I'm getting-
Film
I'm
study.
I'm getting it right
Sean. See?
See, I can't play along.
I'm
you
not
know my
playing.
feelings.
Ain't nobody
I've been on.
playing.
No, he's serious.
I know.
These people are serious.
You have to- you have to admit
I
that
was
was a
playing
great
along
tag.
to start this bit.
No, that
I'm not
tag
playing
was
along
nice.
anymore after I hear elite tag. That's when I just put my head down.
AJ Hinch said it.
Yeah, he did.
Does AJ Hinch not know?
The broadcast,
Oh my
everybody acknowledged
Come
it except
on,
you.
dude. You can say
Okay,
it.
wait. Let's break it down then, frame by frame.
Smitty
Spencer's
did it.
loading it right
trying.
now.
Smitty's
I'll wait.
doing it on
I'll
business,
sit here
bro.
and wait.
We
I'll
on
sit here
business
and wait,
today.
everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Trying.
Oh, here we go. In the meantime, Art Vanderleef, Cooper Flagg jumps around from team to team to play with All-Stars to win a chip in his first 8 years like LeBron did. Well, hey, you want to impress me? Show up at the Wizards and take them to the NBA
Yeah.
Finals.
How many chips did Jordan win without All Stars?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me
I've
that
never
one.
liked that argument. I love Jordan.
He must have won 5 championships before he had Scottie Pippen on his team, right?
Right.
Steve, 0.3 WAR, Neil. Okay, see, like now the waters are getting muddy, and it's tough to navigate.
No,
who the Spencer
no,
Racksters
you're
are
muddying the
and who
waters.
the Steves are.
You got to admit that it was a great tag.
It was.
There's a lot going on in regards to that with the Tigers, if we're being honest, right? I mean, right now the Detroit Tigers are 5-4. Mm-hmm. So what have we learned about the Detroit Tigers? We're almost 10 games in. What have we learned about the Detroit Tigers? Okay, you look at that.
That's an amazing
elite.
tag.
look at that.
That is an amazing tag.
Okay, let me
That's
see.
Hall of Fame shit.
Look at it. You can't make that
A
catch.
bad-
That's
Neil.
where he caught the ball.
You can't make that.
A
Neil.
bad throw from the catcher that would have gone into center field. He saves it and
That's
gets
a
the
sick-
out.
He threw it at the guy's leg. The catcher
Yeah,
did.
that's a terrible throw.
He
You
wasn't
can't say
supposed
that's
to
a
make
good
that
throw.
tag, Neil. Neil, that's
Okay,
elite.
hold on. How is he not supposed to make this tag?
He's not.
Look at
Watch
where he
his head.
catches
He
it.
had to reach
Neil, come
behind
on.
it.
No, he
Watch
didn't.
his
He
head.
just
Come
dropped
on,
his
Neil.
glove down.
Watch
Oh,
Javi's
come
head.
on, Neil. Come on.
Come
He
on,
didn't even
man.
have to look.
just
That's
hater
how
shit.
amazing he
He
is.
just
didn't
dropped
even
his
have to
hand
look.
down after he
dropped
caught the.
his
What
hand
else
down.
is he gonna do?
Neil,
He caught the ball and dropped his hand
You'd
down.
be hard pressed to make a play like
This,
that.
yeah.
Like, come
To
on,
catch
guys.
the ball?
I would
Yeah,
say
okay.
I would say a majority of MLB shortstops would be hard pressed to make
To
a play
catch
like
the
that.
ball and drop their
Neil,
hand
come
because there's
on.
nothing, no
He did-
other
he
move to
creased
make.
behind
He
him.
dove for the
What
ball.
other move is there
He's
for
not
him to
even
make?
looking.
Come on,
Like,
man.
Sean,
seriously,
stop.
Look at it.
Come
He's
on.
not
The other move is you
looking.
give him the
That's
fucking
some
base,
real-
but he didn't do
like,
that.
Like I'm joking when I do the whole praise Javier.
Yeah,
and
of course, right.
That is a great play. You have to give credit
Neil,
where credit is due.
he
That is
had
a great
weekend.
play.
He had a weekend, bro. That's all I'm saying.
He caught the ball
You
and
can
just
give him
dropped
a-
his hand down,
You can
dude.
give him an attaboy for the weekend. That's all I'm saying. He's playing third
That
out
goes-
there.
so-
He's playing
if-
third.
if-
He's playing
if
center.
that- if
What
that's-
you want from the man?
If that's
Like,
Trey Sweeney, if that's Zach McKinstry, if that's somebody else at shortstop, that ball's in center field and that runner's on third base. Flat out.
that's
You talk about Zach McKinstry? Who, by the way, since August 1st of last year, including the playoffs, 290, 370, 441.
So not as good as Javi so far this year.
Well, he also doesn't cost $25 million.
fair.
So
That's
Spencer Raxter, on air, we will have you fill out your MLB All-Star ballot
You motherfucking
and
right.
vote in Javi Baez at
Nobody's
shortstop.
saying that. I'm saying that was an amazing play, and you have to give credit where credit is
He
due.
caught the ball and dropped his hand
Okay,
down.
all right.
all
Yep,
right.
that's all he did.
Hater shit.
That is pure hater shit.
No, it's
Neil,
not.
Yes,
Neil,
it
you
is.
know we agree with you on the
Sean.
Javi shit. This is hater shit.
Sean, can we get a ruling?
I told you, like he wasn't looking. He dove for a ball where a ball was thrown. He put his arm out. His head was turned this way. Gravity took him that way. It was a nice tag because that's where the ball was thrown.
He wasn't supposed to make that
I
tag.
don't know what to tell you. Wait, a major league shortstop isn't supposed to make.
You guys,
Not
you
that
guys
kind of
wait,
tag.
okay. You
Not-
guys are seriously sitting here and honestly telling me that was not a great play.
No, I don't think it was. I'm
That's
sorry.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
that
a
is
little
crazy.
wild. That's a
I'm
little
sorry, no.
That is crazy.
I mean, he
I don't-
reached out. You know, a lot of times when somebody throws a ball to me, I expect the ball to be here, right? But sometimes the guy doesn't have a good arm, and I have to go like this.
Yeah, in the
I
middle of a
I have
play
to
while
reach
a
out,
guy's
and I have to catch the ball.
in the
down.
middle of a play while you're set
But is
up
that
on
where
the
we're
bag.
at? Is
and-
that where
well,
we're at with
Ro-
Javi?
Robert
Y'all make
Colosia.
it sound
That was
so
an
easy.
objectively great play. Like,
Robert
what are we
Colosia
doing?
in the super chat. Javi caught the ball outstretched. There was no tag movement. Hey, Robert, you're seeing the same thing I am,
Robert,
man.
you can't make that fucking play. A lot of y'all can't make
Well,
that play.
I'm not making
I'm
$25 million a
I'm not
year
Major League
for the next
Baseball.
3 years
A lot of
was a
major
good
league
play.
shortstops
to have
don't make
everyone
that
touch
play.
myself because I have a 700 OPS.
He went and caught a ball. Congratulations, that's awesome. I'm sorry.
That's just crazy.
Big
to me.
hater shit,
That's just crazy to me.
Sorry, man. It's what I see.
You saw a great play.
Did you see him have a great weekend?
Yeah.
It's a fortunate outcome on a bad throw. It's a very plain play. It was a bad throw.
It's a very
We're
plain
lucky
play.
that it.
How
I
many
mean, the
times
throw.
has
The
that
throw.
Young
Well,
How many
Chase,
times
thank
has that
you.
I
happened
think
already this
people
season?
are
If this is such
over
a-
denigrating the throw,
if
man.
this
Like
is
throw
such a
was on the
fortunate-
dude's leg.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
It was
that
on
was
his
a
leg.
terrible throw. That was a terrible
And he
throw.
made the best out of nothing.
You're saying that's
He's
a
not
good
supposed-
throw?
The throw was on his leg,
You're saying
Spenny.
that's a good throw, but
It's-
not a
it's
good
not this
tag?
awful throw that
Am
you
I
said?
high
Yeah,
right
that's
now?
right.
Run it
What the
again.
fuck are we
Run it
doing?
again.
Run it again. I want to see it. Watch
it
his
back.
head. I'm begging you to watch his head.
This is an awful
Watch
throw
his
and a
leg.
great tag.
Look at that. Where's he looking?
Look at this throw.
It doesn't matter. He still had to reach back to tag the guy's leg.
That's a terrible
No, he didn't. He just
throw
dropped
and a
his
great
hand
He's
tag.
down,
not
dude.
supposed to make that play. Look at him reach back. He's reaching back.
Yeah.
His hand is turned.
Wow.
It's crazy to
Any
me.
major league player that would catch that ball would drop their arm down. Any major league player.
Some major league players don't make that play, period.
Saying
And you
that's
got
a
a guy
good,
on
saying
stage.
Wow,
that's a good
dude.
throw, but not a good tag is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Sauce tin. The bar has gotten real low in this town. Yes, sauce tin it has.
Who's that?
Sauce
What
tin.
the fuck are we
Sauce tin, I love
talking?
you.
No. I'm
Yes.
not gonna allow that fucking stupid shit.
Yeah,
Nobody's
get him,
saying,
Neil.
"Oh, he's a Hall of Fame shortstop because of that." Oh, he's an All-Star shortstop. Because
Oh,
of
he's
that.
worth $25 million
but you can
because of
objectively
it.
look at a single play and say that was a great play.
It's
If you
fine. It's
can't,
fine.
you're
It's a fine
hater.
play. It's
That's
fine.
Crazy,
He made
dude.
a play.
He made a
did.
great
No,
play.
he made a play. I'm sorry, I can't call it great. He made a play. I'm not dogging him for it, but don't ask me. See, that's the problem. I've had this conversation. We are so desirous of a winner
Nice
in this
word.
town. We take the average and want to call it great. And that's where the Detroit Tigers are right now. We're 5-4. We're in first place in a bad division, okay? We got swept by a team we probably should have been swept by, and we swept a team we probably should have swept. I'm not excited
Javi's
yet.
back.
And I don't
I'm
think-
sorry, I'm
and-
not excited
And
yet.
I'm not saying we should be excited or this is a World Series team.
Everyone-
or
everyone
obviously-
seems like they're
we are-
excited.
We are looking at a singular play, and you could objectively say this one play was great. It doesn't mean they're a World Series champion. Or
I
who's an
expect a major
all-star.
league shortstop to make that play.
Okay. Next time a major league shortstop makes that play, send me the video.
Okay,
of it.
100%.
And Neil, we only on this because we knew you wouldn't
Crazy.
even admit that he had a good weekend. He did.
He did have a good, for him.
For anybody.
Though that's funny. I looked. The WAR's still 0.3.
So did he have
the
a great,
OPS
did
is
he, did he have a
700.
great game last night?
Did he have a great game last night?
3 hits.
3 hits, an
Great
RBI,
defense.
and some great
Yeah,
defense.
sure.
That is a great
Yeah,
game.
he had a great game.
Yeah. And baby steps.
He's not going to be 0 for 162.
Okay, well, he's not going to be 162 for 162 either.
Well, can
You
he be
look at
like
things
40 for
objectively.
162?
He's on the way there. He's
Is
had
he?
a great
So
start
far,
to the
so
season
good.
for his
You
level.
can't. To your point, you can't. How do you deny 3 for 4, a double and an RBI.
Yeah,
Sure.
you can't.
I'm not going.
It's fine.
Neil would have found a way.
You're asking me to call a diving catch on a bad throw
When
a great play.
when
I
Cry-
can't do that.
If
I'm
anybody
sorry.
else makes that play, you would say it's a great
Yeah,
play.
that's a
No,
play.
I wouldn't.
No,
I would
I
say
wouldn't.
that's a
No, I
major
wouldn't.
league play.
That's a play
would
that
not.
saved
When
an-
I didn't
and
see the
saved an
same,
era.
I didn't see the
Gleyber
same
Torres, you would've
ejaculate
gave him
when
credit
Ryan
for it.
Kreidler caught that ball in Dodger Stadium playing center field.
That was a great catch. What? Yeah.
I didn't see a breakdown. I didn't get 8 tweets from people.
I tweeted it out. I said, "All right, Ryan Kreidler, I wasn't
I think
familiar
when
with
you
your game."
reach out to and his head's the tell. I can't stress this enough. When you reach out, you're gonna put your arm down to brace yourself.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a bang play, but he was still able
There's
to reach
no
his arm
doubt
back
in my
and make the
mind
play.
he didn't intend for the bang part of that. None.
No, he plays-
When your head is tilted this way and you have to brace yourself, he's trying to save the ball from going into center field. And I can say, tip of the cap, I respect that. He didn't mean that tag.
What do you mean?
He got lucky.
Oh,
he wasn't looking.
dude,
Unless he's got eyes in the side of his head.
That's what
well,
he
he's
does.
Javi. He does.
That-
That's
as-
true.
He's an elite defender.
As per okay, you guys love AJ Hinch, right? Both of you guys love. Everybody
Yeah.
should. Per AJ Hinch, if there's one player in the MLB that he could have as a former catcher receiving the ball at second base, it's Javier Baez.
I wouldn't, hyperbole from
I
a
would-
manager,
I would say
it
that-
usually doesn't happen. Usually hyperbole
look at you,
from a
I ain't
manager
trying.
doesn't happen. He doesn't usually.
I just come on, guys. We got to be objective here.
Yeah, that's all.
Right. Well,
That's
I would say
very
that
objective.
too. And look, no smarm or anything like that here. This is legit.
Okay.
If I were AJ Hinch and I had that opportunity when I got this guy, this $25 million a year guy that a lot of the fans and a lot of the media are getting on top of because he's not delivering what was advertised with him, and I had the opportunity to get out there in the media and pump him up, I would do it too. That's the job. That's the
But
PR
he's
part
not
of the
pumping
job.
him up when it's inappropriate.
Yeah,
though.
he's also benched him multiple
he's
times.
benched him. Yes.
Right, and that's another reason to it. It's not just he wasn't just, oh my God, that was
He's
incredible.
not-
He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's saying.
Talking up Matt Manning, okay? Well, if Matt Manning was everything you said he would, why isn't he here?
Yeah.
Matt Manning fell off a fucking cliff
But
this year.
his job is to talk those guys up. That's my point. So how much of that do we take as verbatim gospel? He was talking up Matt Manning just a couple weeks ago. Anybody with half a brain in their head realizes Matt Manning's not coming back. He's never going to be here.
No,
It's
he left
not-
to get
it's-
milk,
It's
and we're
over.
waiting at the
Daddy
we're
went
waiting
and
at
got
the door.
cigarettes and he's not coming home tonight.
Yeah,
Really,
fact.
that's the way it is. But what's he supposed? Matt's got a great future. Man, we're not giving up. Matt's gonna be. That's what managers do.
By the way, does anybody know if that was a web gem or not? Because remember, I said up the
shit.
middle they're gonna have 2 web gems.
Yeah,
In the first 2 weeks of the year.
Ooh, it might.
So
he did say
that
that.
should be. a web
Do they still do baseball tonight?
I don't know.
Because you can't have
you know
web gems.
what?
if
I
not-
don't
I
think
did
they
it
do.
at the web gem.
I don't-
That's
I
a
don't
very
think
web
they-
gem.
I don't think they. Now the MLB has their own show, but baseball tonight on ESPN, I don't think they do.
Oh,
I
there was
don't
like a someone I saw do a tour inside the empty studio. It's like kind of sad.
Damn, that
Is
is
it?
sad.
They
That's
did like
tough.
a walk
End
around
of
the
an era.
bases. There's like a scissor stair lift over second base. It's like,
Come on. Burn in the super chat. I think it was a great team play. Dingler threw to a risky spot. Javi adjusted his body to make the play. The team trusted.
That wasn't a risky spot. That was a body length off the bag. It was a bad throw.
and I guess if Javi don't make that play, you come in here and criticize him for it.
Mike G. Neil, is Javi just AL Central good? Apparently.
That's a good one. I
Yeah,
like
nobody's like I said, nobody's saying that he's again, like I said with Torkelson in the offseason. Am I saying that he's gonna win the MVP? No. But it's better to see him doing this than to see him 1 for his last 40. Like
Rando Smalls, in your prime, Sean and Neil, neither one of you would have touched that ball, which is why I didn't get a $150 million 6-year
yeah,
contract to be the worst everyday
Randall,
player in
you
baseball
are
for an entire
100%
year of it.
You are 100% correct,
Yeah.
and you're also dumb for saying something
yeah,
like
that argument's
Sorry, man.
That's what is taught. Throw the ball where the tagger just grabs and touches. So, Randall,
and
you agree then? The throw wasn't
and
this
You know what
atrocity.
I could do? If
That was a
somebody
terrible
threw
throw.
the ball away from me, I could catch the ball. I could. Like, if I got my glove right now and Spenny threw the ball over here, I bet you I could reach my glove out and catch it.
And Ryan's reaction in the super chat. I was told Javi is back.
Javi is back.
So far.
Okay.
So far, he's back.
Crazy clown. Neil isn't a Tiger fan. Sorry, I'm out of. You know what? We'll go over this again. When we come back, we got 2 breaks we got to make up.
We do.
When we come back, I'll go over it one more time.
This could all have been so simple.
One more time. I'll go over it again.
All you had to do was say,
just
"You're mad,
for
boy."
you, crazy clown. Just for you.
Tell
What do
us
you want to do?
about PFIT, and then I'll say Dr. Pierce, and we'll come back to Caesars.
All right, Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys know it's the best gym in the gym game. It's one of the best values in American consumerism. It's just $24.99 a month for a black card. You go to any Planet Fitness in the world. Now, full disclosure, I didn't go this morning. All right, I had the dentist appointment duty with the kids. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to tack that one on Saturday. I'll be in South Florida Saturday.
Uh-oh.
The Coconut Creek Planet Fitness.
Uh-oh.
Boom, right there, about 2 miles from where I stay. It doesn't change because there's over 2,600 Planet Fitnesses in the world. And with the black card, you get access to them all. Cardio, weights, whatever you want to do, it's all there. Guys, I'm telling you, if you want to make a move on your fitness here, Planet Fitness is the move. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Go to Planet Fitness.
And let me tell you about Dr. Pierce. Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that D-Mac trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at michigansportsandspine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Sports is live in downtown Detroit for Tigers opening day.
This one's blasted out toward the bullpen.
Live from the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House.
Way back, forget it. Out of here.
Brought to you by Mad Packs, Jars, and White Claw.
All right, Neil Rule here at Four Caesars Sportsbook. Hey, look, I got something for you. All right, you can use the promo code Woodward1000 when you scan the QR code and download the Caesars Sportsbook app. Make your first deposit using the promo code Woodward1000. You can bet every over on Javi in a parlay. All right, he's back, right? He's an all-star. Javi to win the MVP. Put $1,000 on it.
He on pace.
If it's your first bet and you lose, you'll get it all back as a free bonus bet. But you won't lose because Javi's clearly the MVP of Major League Baseball, but I digress. Caesar Sportsbook, one of the OGs in the sports betting game. They've been around forever. The app doesn't glitch out. It's clean. It's easy to read. And, hey, it can give you up to a $1,000 free bet if it's your first bet. Bet on Javi to win the MVP. Why not? Who says no? Caesar Sportsbook. All right, everybody, we're back at it. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you Tigers 5-4. They sweep the White Sox. And, you know, it's funny, Sean, because the discussion we just had during the commercial break was as good as any discussion we've had on the air. Here's kind of where I'm at with the Tigers. It's about what I expected. Mm-hmm. For real. Like through all of it. It's about what I expected. Yep. And they're 5-1 against the Mariners and the White Sox. Right? Sure. It's where they sit. 5-1 against the Mariners and the White Sox. They got swept by the Dodgers. The Yankees are coming in now. And it's about what I expected. The division's trash, so they're in first. The Guardians
don't say that, Neil. Don't you
know.
Central. Don't you dare. They got 3 playoff teams last year.
They did.
Don't you dare call the Central trash.
Well, because everyone gets to beat the White Sox, right? Like that's
exactly what it was.
When you got to piece it all back together, like it was kind of easy to figure out, and that's fine. And now I forget who it was that said it. Was it Sauceton? I can't remember. Anyway, they said, I'm convinced Neil's not a Tiger fan. And I'll go over it one more time for everybody. The reason that Javi Baez aggravates me is because it's a nice parachute for ownership. And they can justify, say, hey, we weren't as active in free agency. We got this, kind of albatross contract on the books, and we want to do whatever we can to get whatever we can out of Javi. Guys, you are not as big of a Tigers fan as I am. You are not. You don't put the time in. You don't watch. You don't. If I'm doing play-by-play of a game on TV and the Tigers game is on, I have it on in the booth. I do. And during the commercial breaks,
I believe that.
I'm checking in and seeing what's going on. I am. Both things can be true, everybody. Like, I hate the existence of him here because of what it represents. It's not Javi. It's not personal with Javi. If I were Javi, I'd take the deal too. Like, it's not Javi. It's what he represents. And it's an escape hatch. It's easy. If you don't want to make an investment, you can hide behind the salary. And the bottom line is he's the highest paid guy on this team.
That's little Chris.
And for everyone to be celebrating the fact that his OPS is 770 or whatever the number is, I'm sorry, that's not good enough.
But
for me.
Neil, a bad GM wrote him that check. If
I don't care.
I take that check all
but
day.
An owner can fix it.
Yes, he can. But if you're mad at ownership, why just take it out on Javi? Listen, we know what to expect with Javi. We do. Like, realistically, we do. So it's
the
just
All-Star
like,
game,
if your
I know.
real gripe is with ownership, why take it out on Javi every single time, knowing that 9 times out of 10 he's gonna suck?
Well, and I think this leads right into Kenta Maeda, because Neil
Maeda watch coming up in a second.
All jokes aside, you guys, whether we want to admit it or not, this is Tiger ownership kicking the can down the road.
Yeah,
it is.
We know that.
It is. Miguel Cabrera, that contract was an anchor.
Right.
What
but the difference was that is a multiple-time MVP, Triple Crown winner. That was the going rate. And for whatever reason, these owners won't just pay the guy instead of just doing, if it's a $300 million deal, they always want to do 10 years at $30 million. They don't just do 5 years at $30 million.
Shout out to Vlad Guerrero Jr., by the way.
Got the bag.
He did.
No, but Neil, my point is, okay,
like, that contract's going to end badly.
Yes,
my
absolutely.
point is, thus you kick the can down the road. What was the reasons behind, just wait until Miguel Cabrera's contract is off the book. Wait till you see what they spent. Okay? And so you know what you did? You took out your right leg and you just kicked the can just a few feet down the road and said, well, we can't do it quite yet. Look, we got in on Bregman. At least we got in on Bregman, and that looks good. And you continue that, and I'll keep saying this. If you think that they're going to open the purse strings, I hope you're right. But I have to say, based on what? What's making you say that? And I'll believe it when I see it. And that's part of the issue. If you're serious about winning, you say goodbye to that guy.
And nobody in the Super Chat. Neil, as Tiger fans, we don't care about big spending anymore. I'm also in Florida. Let's just say you're good in the hood down here. Go Lions. So, hey, the 305, the 248 Pontiac, it makes no difference.
You got the Cuban sandwich pulling up right after Planet
100%,
Fitness. Right
man.
after Planet
100%.
The ham sandwich?
But
Uh-oh.
like a muffaletta?
I knew that was covered.
Muffaletta, solid.
Rando Small.
Thank you, Sean.
Rando Small. So you can criticize Javi even though you have no idea what it takes. You can criticize a doctor or an actor even though you have no idea what it takes.
On a bad take,
Randall,
man.
come
Yeah, but
on.
that's
No, you know
not
what
realistic.
I can do, Randall? I can look at a player and say he's bad. And I can use his numbers to support that argument. Now, the flip side to that is tell me I'm wrong. What out of Javi's game would tell me that I'm wrong or Neil's wrong or anybody that could make that dastardly decision to say that he's bad? So now the impetus is on you. Show me something out of Javi the last few years that would change my mind. And don't use the exception to speak for the rule, okay? Good luck with that.
Well, Rando, and then I would follow that up and say, Rando, I do this for a living, man. Like, I travel with sports teams, Division I college basketball, professional NBA teams, professional soccer, MLS, all of it. Like, I travel with the teams. I would say, Rando, I'm intimately familiar with what it takes. Yeah. The travel, you guys, and look.
Face!
Guys, when we discuss this stuff, like, who's the first one to say? Like, when a team goes out west, right? I know everyone just wants to get linear with it. Rando, you have no idea what that's like. You have no idea to play a game at 7 o'clock, get in the plane, fly across to the West Coast, and then go play a game the next day. Mm-hmm. How can you be upset, Rando? You don't know. See, I do know. I was on that flight. And I get to the stadium the next day, and I'm like, man, I'm tired. I can only imagine. I don't play. I can only imagine what they feel like. You see what I'm saying here, Rando? And I'm consistent with that, am I not, Spenny?
You are, absolutely. You are.
Like, I know. Like, I'm giving you the life experience
and
here, man.
And it's just unrealistic to say that. We can criticize people. We're fans of the team. We can criticize the guy.
1,000%.
All I'm saying is, if your gripe is actually with management, why do each and every day do we need to come in here and shit on a player we know is not good? We got 3 years of data that suggests he's not good.
The easy answer to that is there are people like Randall that want us to look at a shit sandwich and say it's not a shit sandwich.
Yeah, no, we not
and
gonna
that's
do that.
but that's part of society today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times in every walk of life do people do the old "you're not seeing what you're seeing" routine? I mean, to the point where, like, literally sometimes you have to catch. I'm not joking. I told you guys during the break, okay? I am in a group text with a group of friends where I swear to God on a daily basis, I think I'm talking to fans of the 1927 Yankees. The way these guys talk up this baseball team every day.
Yeah.
And like I even asked them, like, privately, I'm like, are you guys, like, is this like what the kids call punkin'? Like, are you guys all punkin' me and everything? Oh, no, man. They are that good. You just don't see it. Like, oh, okay. Like, Neil, I'm with you. They're about what I thought they would be. I hope they can win this division. I do. I hope they can win this division.
Yeah, and on the same hand, I can't blame fans. We've had over a decade of shit. We finally have something that we can watch and we can sit here and break down. And hey, they're winning games right now. They could be doing this better, of course, but they're out there winning games. I can't blame a fan.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But then the flip side to that is don't get mad at me when I point out facts.
Yeah, of course.
And that's, again, I'm sorry, Neil, much like you said, that's my job. I'm not mean. The facts are mean. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I swear to God, I didn't do it. The facts are mean. And so, yes, I mean, to guys like Randall, and there are more guys out there with bad logic, no offense.
Yeah, of course.
Then you can shake a stick at. I've been doing it for a while. I've been on a lot of those road trips that Neil's been on. And everything, and I mean, you tell me what your I see.
Yeah,
you tell me. The impetus is on you. What am I missing about a guy like Javi Baez? What am I missing?
On the flip side, if a guy has a good weekend, you just give him an attaboy and you keep it going. It's not that we asking him to be in the Hall of Fame, Neil. We're not asking him to be All-Star.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, he had a good weekend.
See, but you know what this reminds me of? I'm sorry, this is late-stage Brandon Inge. It is. It's late.
And that's what he is.
It's late. It's late-stage Brandon Inge.
And that's what he is.
People in this town loved Brandon Inge so much. If Brandon Inge had a weekend where he did something like this, see? What do you got to say now, hater? And it's like, I've got 3 years of deplorable.
Yeah.
And you took a game. Congratulations. But that's kind of the same dynamic. He had a good game. Let's not turn it into anything else.
No,
Let's not turn it into his hobby back. Let's not turn it into, I know it's a bit and we have fun with it.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just a joke.
But there are people out there that take that shit like seriously.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, guys like that, it's amazing.
Do I think Javi's going to be over 300 for the whole season? No.
Wait
do
a
I
minute.
want him to be closer to 250 than 200? Yeah. Do I think he can? Yes, I do. I think he could be around 230 this year. And that would be acceptable. And I know that's not...
See, that's
what
not
you paid. It's what it is, though.
Right,
It's what it is.
but that doesn't make it acceptable.
You're not getting Cubs Javi ever.
You can't expect Javi to play up to his contract because he's not that good.
Neil,
so
see,
you have to take what you can get.
I was going to say, and you know I fall on your side, but in this regard, Spenny's right. You and I, he's not going anywhere.
No.
Christopher Lynch is not going to wait.
And that's the core problem.
True, but I can't blame the fans that are just want to see positive from him.
So
he's
at
not
this
going
point
anywhere.
in time, yeah, I get somebody saying, "Gosh, damn it, just be a 235 hitter."
Yes.
and
Give
every
us
now and
something.
again.
I would tell, but no, Spenny, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like, I can say that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
But I would take it.
Oh, you
Absolutely,
have to.
you
We
would.
don't have a choice.
You
Yeah,
have to.
100% I would
Yeah,
take
we
it.
don't have a choice.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Steve, Neil, all we're asking is for you to take your anger out on the correct person. Javi didn't pay himself. Maybe blame the owner who wrote the check. No, Steve, that's what I just talked about. 235 may be good enough for you. It's not for me.
I understand.
It's not, and it will never be. Because all you could here's how this is where what I love about what Brad Holmes has done with the Lions. You know how you are good in sports? You get people that outperform what they cost.
Yes.
You know how you get good in business? You get people that outperform what they cost. The Detroit Lions are the master of getting people who outperform what they cost.
But that's rare, Neil.
They're the masters at it.
Yeah. It's hard
Now,
to find that.
No, 100%. It absolutely is. In a game where it's even more important in the NFL because everybody gets the same amount of money to spend. So you have to be elite at it. It's your only shot. All I'm saying here is you could get somebody that's better than him, and it won't cost you anything. Just a check that you have to write anyway. And that's my point.
And we all agree with that.
So then until they do that, I'm going to be upset about it, man.
I
like
understand.
that's my
But you hate on Javi because he's there. Like
correct.
You can't see
because
Chris
there's a
Illich.
better option somewhere.
You can't see Chris Illich. You know, you can't talk to Chris Illich. You can see Javi though, and that's why you can continue.
No, because this is the why. Because there's somebody better somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Like any common player in the majors will be better. He's a negative player.
He's got a positive WAR this year.
You're okay.
Just when I think we're getting someplace, you go there.
You stand on business, goddammit.
Real quick before we get to the break, Phil, Division I, Oakland is hardly Division I. Did you watch the tournament last year, man?
Yeah, let's not do Oakland.
We did it for 1/15 of your favorite Big Ten team. 1/15 the cost. So I would say that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm driving at here, Phil? All right. I think the end of that was constructive.
Yes.
Little Chris knocking over them garbage cans.
Elite
We
tagger.
getting there, dog. We getting there. But let's
See,
just
and then the last
Yeah,
word.
every time he's always
He's like a teenage son.
Yeah, no, that's
Don't be mad at
exactly.
Chris.
I feel like my dad right now. I always got to add something, don't you, mouth? I was mouth for about a 3
be
year
mad at
span.
little Chris. Don't be mad at Javi.
Always got to add a little something, don't you, mouth?
AJ Hinch said
Shut
he's
up
an
your
elite
mouth.
tagger.
Every
literally.
Shut
time
up your
Javi
mouth.
swings at a slider outside, just write a note in your notebook.
Real quick,
Chris
too. Real quick, before we do the break, IT Hip says, that's a great analogy, Neil, and I feel like Scott Harris is doing the same. Agree. 1,000%. I agree with you. The Torres and Flaherty signings. I agree.
Yeah.
1,000% with you. I agree.
For every Torres and Flaherty, though, you've had Maeda and Cobb. So,
That's fair.
yeah.
We did do Maeda watch.
Oh, real quick. You want me to do it?
Yes,
Since we have it here?
Because he was horrible.
Kenta Maeda got in the game on Friday. You know that blowout on Friday?
Yeah.
remember it.
One
He
inning
pitched
pitched,
Don't remember it.
3 runs, 4 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. His ERA now sits at 15.00.
There we go.
Damn. At least spread the
267
hate
win.
out.
267.
There we go.
Fake.
Under 3. We're good.
Yeah.
So, guys, okay, you know what? I'll give you guys this. I'll give you a reprieve this week. I won't say another word about Javi Baez. I will talk about Kenta Maeda this week. Tell him about Jars.
That is
Spread
fair.
the hate.
That
Spread
is
the
fair.
hate, goddammit.
What about Jars, KG?
All right, jars, man. Listen, we need some jars in this studio, man. It's getting a little heated in here. But, all right, well, we're sports fans. Whether you're hitting the game or just simply chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit. So there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Spinney, Milan, you get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite cannabis product today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. You can get a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff wrapped into one called the King's Treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, hour number 2, just like that. Neil, Sean Belizian, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge. Joe in the chat. Javi's performance will not determine the success of this team.
No.
He's got a minor rotational role at the bottom of the order. Well, he determined the success of the team in the Seattle game.
And in the last game.
Yeah. He's playing a big role because you have all these injuries.
Yes.
He's playing third. He's playing center. He's all over the place. So
You need, like, I saw,
And because he's here, and there's no one else.
Right. You got to do something else.
I saw people saying, like, on Twitter yesterday when Javi was in center field, and thank God a ball didn't get hit to him, but when he was in center field, everybody on Twitter that isn't a Tigers fan or isn't, like, locked in with the Tigers baseball fans, like, what is going on? Tigers are trash. They got Javi. I was like, you guys know that 2 of our rotational outfielders and our starting center fielder are all on the injured list, right?
Yeah.
He's all we got. Like, we have 3 guys on this team that can play center field. And
that's my other problem.
Bias.
And that's my other problem. Like,
Yeah.
it came down to it, and this is the answer.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to play Riley Green out there because of the risk of injury.
I would rather see Javi Baez playing center field than Riley Green.
That's fair.
There
Because
it
I
is.
don't, Riley Green, you need him to play 140 games.
Watching this, this happened around the league. Altuve's been playing left field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were watching the Astros the other day, watching Altuve, and it's funny because he has that look on his face that screams, "What the fuck am I doing out here?"
Don't hit me the ball.
It's hysterical. You can't hide that, and that's a beautiful thing. But no, and again, and I think this is where my frustration from years come in. To your point, Spenny, I agree with you. This is out of necessity, okay? And I'm sorry for years. And this is KG. If you want to yell at me, you're well within your right. I am jaded because for years I had arguments with people about all these can't miss prospects.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, a majority of them missed.
They were horrible.
So yes, I feel burned and jaded right now that, wait a second, we're still having this conversation that out of necessity, a guy that shouldn't be in the majors right now. Can we agree, all jokes aside, Javi Baez should not be in the major leagues?
No,
right
he
now?
shouldn't.
Right.
Okay,
AAA.
cool. So a guy that shouldn't even be in the majors.
I thought you were voting for the All-Star
Out
game.
of necessity,
Major League Player this year.
is forced to play outfield. Is that what taking one for the team and loading up the prospects got us?
I mean, Sean, if you sat there and
Here
told
we go.
me
You're gonna something smart ass is coming. I can tell.
that the Detroit Tigers would have a $25 million a year center fielder, I would be so happy. It's just, I mean,
You get this clean. Gosh damn it, he does. He gets this little twinkle in his eye when he's going to be a fucking weasel.
I love it.
But honestly, that Max Clark Oppo 3-run bomb,
Yeah.
Oh, the farm system good now. It wasn't in the past. It's
Yes.
good now, though.
You know what we got to do? I got to get Dan Hasty on the show.
yes.
Shout
He's
out.
calling the games. I'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll get him on this week. Talk about Max Clark.
Tell him to tell Max Clark I love him.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't. I've
What-
never.
what
I've,
type of
I've
love?
never been more in on a prospect than I am on Max Clark.
It's this generation's Cameron Maben, right?
No, not even close.
He's better than Cameron.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
I will not have you deny Cameron Maben had a long career in the MLB.
sure.
Cameron Maben's great.
He's not going to be Max Clark.
But you guys, hype wise, the hype of Cameron Maben was unbelievable. Like it was one of those. Do you remember where you were when the Tigers finally called up Cameron? He was a 6-tool player.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, it was. The hype was insane. He had a nice career. Nice career. He hung around for a long time, but the hype was incredible, man. It really was. Well, Christian Stewart was going to be patrolling center field for the next 15 years, right? Isn't that?
And then he ceased being Christian Stewart and became Kirsten Stewart.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Kirsten
He turned into a Kirsten.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Bo Burrows was a top prospect for a record 11 years, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the top prospect? thing for
11 years is crazy to be a prospect.
Grom at 0237. I can't take it anymore. Hey, I'm with you. Like, it's time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It is. That was a bad time.
Talk about take out to pasture. Like, come on.
It was-
Behind the barn.
I mean, those two contracts last year, the Flaherty was money, right? And the fact that we signed him and then got him back after getting what we got from the Dodgers. But you think about that. Flaherty was the 1-year deal, and Kenta was the 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Like, that just makes you wince, man. It really does.
Just like, side note, why is Margot not playing center? I thought that's what y'all signed him for.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm like, why is he not playing center? But he's doing good where he's at. I'm just saying.
Nasty YT. Neil, you didn't like the fact.
The best.
Neil, you didn't like the fact that we might draft him. Now he's a Tiger and you love him. Come on, bro.
Who?
No, if you and I'll tell you guys this.
Oh, Max Clark?
Yeah. I'll tell you guys this. Real talk.
Wyatt Langford?
Right now, if I could switch him right now, I would.
I hear you.
Because Wyatt Langford's here.
I don't hate that argument. I just think Max Clark is going to be a stud. I would not switch them if I could.
Sky Harris's term is riding on Max Clark, so
because do you think we're in a World Series window?
Yeah.
No.
Almost. If we had a guy that would spend, yes. Not with the GM and not with what they're trying to do. Their World Series window opens when Chris Rodriguez, McGonigal, and Max Clark are here, because that's your guys that you're hoping for the future. Right now, no. They're coochie. They're cute little contenders in the American League in the weak Central, yes. True World Series contention. If they would buy 2 bats, then they would be a true World Series.
We're the pesky Cleveland Guardians.
Yes.
We are. We're whether we want to admit it or not. We're the pesky Cleveland Guardians. Maybe we have that pitching staff that'll get us through a series, maybe even 2, to get to an ALCS. But Neil, again, think about the economics 10 years ago, and now think of the economics today, okay? 10 years ago, we had an owner that spent. And I will die like crying about the 2013 Tigers. That was the year. Forget the 2 times they went to the World Series. 2013 was the year. That was the window. They didn't jump in. You knew in your heart of hearts that the run was over, even though they won the division again the next year, okay? Now, multiply what it is in the league by 10 times what it was 10 years ago, and we don't have the owner that's willing to spend anymore, that's going to wake up one morning and go, you know,
we're going to be good now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have some Eggs Benedict. And Scott, why don't you get Victor Martinez on the phone? We're going to sign him to whatever the fuck you want.
I'm going to go trade for David
Why
Price.
don't you,
Just
I
for no
think
reason
this
at
team
all.
needs Prince Fielder.
You're right.
Boss, I don't want to make that trade. You go ahead and make that trade anyway, and I'll sign you to a big
call him up.
contract. We don't have that guy anymore.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, Mr.
It sucks. It sucks.
That was
Mr. I and Dombrowski was the people.
That was so amazing. Just waking up every day and knowing that the Detroit Tigers had the best roster in baseball for felt like 5 years.
Yeah,
in a
half
row.
a decade.
Dude,
Damn shame they couldn't capitalize,
one of the
but-
most disgusting things that I remember of that crazy 5-year span where everybody was talking about this prospect, that prospect, the slander that was thrown at Dave Dombrowski's name.
Ugh.
Like, just, it was gross.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolutely gross.
I love Dave Dombrowski.
I love him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll never forget. I mean, think about some of those trades. You can't trade Casper Wells.
Yeah.
Shit, watch
You
me.
can't.
Hold
Drew
my beer.
Smiley?
What?
Not a chance.
Rob Brantley?
Yeah.
Jacob Turner?
Yeah.
Hold
He'll
my
be
beer.
better than Verlander.
Jacob Turner.
When
Like so many of those, Doug Fister, Anibal Sanchez.
like
It just
Matt Scherzer.
the slander thrown at his name was gross.
When I woke up, and listen, I love Prince Fielder. Like, he should have been on my top 5 fat athletes list. Love Prince Fielder.
Oh, yeah.
We know that it wasn't working out with him and Miggy. When I woke up and I turned on ESPN, that bottom bar came across the screen and it said, Detroit Tigers trade Prince Fielder for Ian Kinsler. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
No way he got Ian Kinsler, got out of that Prince contract, and got one of the best second basemen in the MLB.
Well, he had to eat some of it.
But still, dude.
He was willing to do what needed to be done.
That was the greatest, low key, that was the greatest Detroit, and Spenny's not going to like this one, but you've heard me say it before. That was the greatest Detroit sports trade since Dumars got John Barry and a draft pick from a team Cleve.
I believe that, yeah.
That may be the greatest sports trade of all time.
It's
pretty good.
With how it went down, unfortunately for Prince, like that shit still that rips my heartstrings still. That his exit press conference, one of the saddest things I've ever seen in sports. But yeah,
favorite player at that time.
Just an insane savvy move by Dombrowski to get probably the best second baseman in the MLB at that spot, not named Robinson Cano.
He got crucified for the Scherzer deal.
Yes.
He got crucified for the Fister deal, the Casper Wells. We can't give up Casper Wells. He really got crucified when he picked up Omar Infante and Anibal Sanchez because you gave up Rob Brantley and Jacob Turner was next. Jacob Turner was the next great arm, and it. Forget he hadn't shown anything. He really didn't. He hadn't shown anything.
Yeah.
But because so many entities that live and die their little, AAA and AA baseball saw him, everybody and their brother said he was the great. Look at that deal. Sanchez was elite for 2 years.
Oh, yes.
2013, he was electric.
I'd take him in a
He really
heartbeat.
was. Omar Infante, if you got Omar Infante alone for those two guys, you win the deal.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, that was the craziest thing about it. And so when people were throwing the slander, well, he left the farm in shambles. He didn't have to.
Yeah.
He had an owner that would write checks. That's what good baseball teams do.
Yeah. And you remember the Scherzer can't go deep into games. He hasn't pitched over 7
Six-inning
innings once
Scherzer?
in his career.
Yeah.
Oh, he's never going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh,
when
he
he got a
was-
World Series, everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
IT Hips in the chat. I think they can make the World Series, but I don't think that they can win it. Nick Pancone, and that window will slam shut when they trade Scooble at the deadline.
I'll tell you what.
Spenny, like your whole Max Clark thing and your
Yeah.
window, we don't even get to that.
Who said that?
If they
Who said that?
Nick Pancone.
Nick, way to go.
If they don't, that's the first step.
They got to sign him. You
don't
have to
have
sign
a
him.
choice, right?
You have
You
to
would
sign
think.
him.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, have to.
That's now we're gonna find out real quick, fast, and hurry how serious this franchise is.
Yeah,
Honestly.
if they don't sign Tarek Skubal, I will literally throw up.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Unfortunately, we're gonna find out the hard way.
Yep.
All right, let's take the break, and I do want to get into. I just touch on the Pistons. They locked up the playoff spot.
Damn
They're
right.
in there. They're playing the Kings tonight. So I do want to touch on it. There's some Lion stuff in here I want to do. And Sean's here. We got to talk about the Red Wings.
Got to.
Okay?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Well,
boy-
let's talk through it. And
He ain't
see.
put that shotgun up yet.
Let's talk through it and see. All right? Let's just take it easy. Tell them about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can get you into a beautiful house, and he'll save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. $5,000. All you got to do is visit him at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. Mark White can help you get into your dream home.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Back out of here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean, Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge, all of you in the chat as well. So go ahead, get your thoughts out there. We're taking them. I do want to move on from the Tigers discussion. Nasty YT. I had it there and I lost it, but it's something along the line. Oh, Max Clark will be a Hall of Fame player. And by next year, he better make this team, and he better be in center field. Green at left and Carp in right. Nasty, that's not going to happen.
It's a lot of threats.
Well, it's
They better.
he's at West Michigan right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a minute.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
what is is he 20 yet?
I don't think so.
Still 19?
Yeah.
They're not.
It would have to be a Herculean, you know.
Yeah, if he goes down there and
Has it
excels,
happened?
maybe. But
Sure,
yeah.
but it would have to be a Herculean.
Yeah, they
type
might
of
fast track
situation.
him if he's good.
That'd be great. I hope you're right, dude.
Yeah.
Mike O. Hey, Neil, please ask Trick to go freestyle about the 679. Remember that discussion? You weren't here. Were you here for that
Yeah,
show?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. The
Dog,
679.
Trick just had another blow up too last week. Shout out Trick, man. He a real one.
Mark, is Alex Cobb and Wenzel Perez still hurt too? Yes, they are.
Yep.
But yeah, so Tigers Yankees this afternoon. They moved the game time, right? Was it 4 o'clock?
3:10.
3:10 it is.
Yep.
Okay.
3:10.
Because
I like
of wind
the
chill
3:10
concerns.
start. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like this
I'm,
way
I'm,
better.
I'm all in. If I got the afternoon off, it's like,
Right.
all right, I'm gonna go home, fire something on the grill. Let's go.
Yep.
And that's what I'm going to do. As a matter, you said that's what you're going to do. That's what I'm doing too. The Pistons over the weekend, they officially, they locked in the playoff spot and everything. So they're in there no matter what. They're playing at home against Sacramento. It looks like it's pretty much cemented that it's going to be the 6th seed. It's probably going to be the New York Knicks. Like I think that's what we're seeing.
I want it.
I do too. Sean K. Cunningham made his return, and I heard JB Bickerstaff on the flagship this morning on my way in. He kind of talked about it. I know Jalen Duren's got some kind of nerve thing that they're discussing right now. There was talk about Jaden Ivey as well, that he could be brought back, and could he? And he didn't put any. And you look, JB,
coach speak.
Yeah, he's doing coach speak on it. He's like, in no way, shape, or form are we going to put him in danger.
No, of course not.
And if that means he doesn't play, then he doesn't play. But with all that being said, Sean, and we can get it. We have plenty of time to get into the matchup. But I will do this as my daily service reminder to the people and to the Detroit sports crowd, because when I did the show on Friday, Sean, I did the show kicking it off by talking about the fact, because downtown was electric Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And look, downtown on opening day is always electric, but I don't know if you guys felt the same. To me, it felt like there was a little more.
Because you have something to root for. That's why.
Yeah, and yeah, like that, and that's exact. Thank you, KG, for giving me what I want. Is that was my point, Sean? Like, we're back now, right? Are we officially back now?
Yeah, I think so. You know what? You are really, truly like a miserable human being if you can't accept that the Detroit Tigers have a really good chance to win the Central. I'm not even sitting here saying that they are.
Yeah, I expect them. From what I've seen so far, I expect them to.
You know what? They should. And if you can't at least get it through your head that at least you could have postseason baseball 2 years in a row down at Comerica Park, you're kind of a miserable person. No, I don't think they're all that. No, I don't think the World Series window is open. No, I don't think they got a snowball's chance in hell. If anything, last year was kind of the window because we saw how flawed the Yankees were. And now, you know what? As I thought, I think the Texas Rangers are dangerous. Boston's definitely dangerous. Those poor, long-suffering Red Sox fans,
right?
They look to be bounced back. And obviously the Yankees are still the Yankees. So if anything, last year was kind of like that little crack of, somebody brought it up earlier, well, maybe we can win the AL. We're not going to beat the Dodgers, but maybe we can win the AL. I don't think that's the case. But, Neil, you have two legitimate things going on in that downtown area right now. You have a Detroit Piston team where the same thing can be said. Nobody is saying the Detroit Pistons are going to win the East. Nobody's saying the Detroit Pistons are going to win. Can the Detroit Pistons legitimately win a playoff series? Yeah, they can. Yeah. Let's win a playoff series. Yeah, that's a step. And I get it, in a year, 2 years from now, nobody will be satisfied at that. But right now, yeah, there's some legitimacy there, Neil. And much like the Tigers, like we talked about, this is a team, yeah, they could win the division. Go win the division now. Yeah, the wild card was cute. Let's go win the division. Let's print those "We Own the Central" shirts again. That's and the Red Wings are the team kind of bringing up the pack, but who knows? Maybe a win tonight or tomorrow night could change that.
Jan in the chat. Shout out, Jan. You'll be cold grilling. It's snowing at my house right now. I do it. I grill in January.
Oh,
yeah. I have the grill set up like one step outside the patio door.
The real grillers grill in the cold.
All year round, man. All year round. I love it.
I have 2 smokers plugged in all year long.
Yeah, it's actually, I find as though it's the grill temperature control is easier when it's colder out.
Unless there's wind. If there's wind,
that's an issue.
All
right?
bets are off.
That's an issue. But the moral of the story is this. So the Pistons are in there, and as sports fans, we've always said that's what we wanted, right? We wanted the basketball team back, and people were embarrassed about the Pistons. And I really hope that people take in what the Pistons did, because you don't see that.
Yeah.
You've never seen what they've done. They tripled their win total and locked up a playoff spot, not a play-in game, a playoff spot 2.5 weeks before they'll even be playing in a playoff game.
That's crazy.
That is wild. I just want everybody to appreciate what happened there. I do, for real, because it's crazy. What do we always say about the NBA, KG?
What?
That you have to have a superstar.
Yeah, you do.
And you can't.
It's not an easy turnaround.
You
it's not
can't
like
turn
football.
things around. The same teams are always drafting at the top of the lottery.
Yep.
Always. So, like, for them to do what they did is incredible. I feel like going full Samuel Jackson. It was a miracle, and I want you to acknowledge it. That's...
No, that's real shit.
But for real, that's what it feels like. And I want people to enjoy it. And I know that people are going to parachute in, because I feel as though there's been a bit of a lag time with the Pistons for people even to parachute in. Would you guys agree with that? For
Yes,
whatever
I
reason.
would, but I've said this before. The Pistons had to earn the trust of the city back.
100%.
That is also true.
Yeah.
I told you, and I used me as an example. I was watching a game in December, that game where they came from behind, beat Miami in overtime. Okay, and I'm watching that game going, all right, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I made a point to say, I'm going to watch her next time out. And they played a 4-win Utah team at the time. And they got spanked.
Right.
Okay? And do you know what the average person like me does? Go, see, I've seen this shit before. That's what I get. I'm not buying in. You are 100% on. This had to be more than just here and there. This had to be month after month, stack months together.
Yep.
And KG, at this point, that's what they did.
No, it's been amazing.
Give them their flowers for that. They stacked months now, and they're sitting where they're sitting for a reason.
And I think it goes back to this. As they came down the stretch, they really took control of it. When they beat Boston, and I know, Brown wasn't playing for Boston.
Who cares?
And they beat the Cat. Like that's this league,
Yeah,
right? That's the way that it works.
Yep.
And to be fair,
Ivey has been playing for us.
Yeah, but based on history, and the Celtics said it as much in the media.
Yeah, they have.
They're like, hey, we're gonna have a dude sit this one out, because it's
the
Detroit.
Pistons, right?
Yep.
I want everyone to enjoy it, because I think it's one of those things. And this was last year. This was my message last year, Sean, with the Tigers, was enjoy it, because it's purely organic, and it's cool to be back, and it signals that you made it through the dark times, and here we are, and whatever happens, happens. And maybe we win, and if we do, cool, get on board. And if they lose, hey, man, we're back. We're back to respectability. We're back in the playoffs. I hope everyone piles into the Pistons that way.
I think there's a difference, though, Neil, because you know what? I was not in the year. What was it, 2016? They finished 500?
Yeah.
The Blake Griffin year. I was not in. I did not get in. You know why? Because I knew it wasn't real. There's no doubt in my mind that wasn't real. Hey, you know what? Blake took his game to a level. The dude's not going to be able to stay healthy. That's never been his MO. We're not winning a playoff series. What are we even doing here? And you knew that they would fall back. And I always use the term, the Pistons were the hamster on the wheel. They were. I'm not saying they weren't trying on the court, off the court. Those little legs were running on that hamster wheel, and it wasn't going anywhere because it's a fucking wheel. But this is different. You have to look at this and go, you have a legitimate superstar whose ceiling is still this, not the maxed out that we saw Blake Griffin at that point in time. You have competent front office people. You have a competent head coach. This is different. Everybody and their brother knew that the Pistons weren't going to go into the playoffs that year and win a playoff game, let alone a series. Right now, Neil, I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. I've said it for a month and a half. I think they can beat the Knicks. I really think they can beat the Knicks.
They have a superstar player.
And you know what? I'll be disappointed if they don't. And when's the last time anybody felt that way about the Pistons?
Yeah.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. Daniel Regelbruge checks in from overseas. Nice to take a moment to enjoy the spirit of our city and our sports teams. There ain't no quit in us ever. Cheers to my beloved hometown from sunny Deutschland. And Daniel, like that's
Uber alles.
That's what I'm driving at right here. Like take this one in with the Pistons because it's organic. And you don't get this again.
Yeah.
Like the next time you get this, you've been through another dark time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And whatever happens, happens because next year, and like, look, we'll let this run its course, and then the discourse becomes, all right. So what? Because the next move will be the biggest.
Get better, yes.
The next move will be the biggest for the Pistons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like I think the next move will be the biggest for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever move that is, whatever iteration it looks like, what do they do at the trade deadline? What do they don't do at the trade deadline? Yep. The Lions kind of the same deal. Mm-hmm. You know, the next big move is the biggest.
Yep.
And that's kind of where it's at.
And just for this year, like with the Pistons, you got to realize like this was supposed to be a 2 to 3 year like retooling of the team or rebuild, I guess you would say. And the fact that they got this done with a new regime, by the way, you had your owner take responsibility. You got a whole new regime in here, and they got this done in 1 year. It's absolutely crazy.
They got it done in a month.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm going to put the Lions
with
in
the
a
same
different
team.
I'm going to disagree with you in one word. I'm going to put the Lions on a different level, though, right?
I agree.
Yeah, that's different.
We're at a different level. I get
That's
what you're
different.
saying. The next move is still
No,
the big move.
the next big move that the Lions, the next big
But
move they make will determine
the Lions are already this close.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're
Right.
as good as the Pistons are.
Yeah, they still away.
They're still
as
two
good
steps
as the Tigers
away.
are.
They're still
and
two
where
steps
I think
away.
the Lions are like that.
Yeah. I'll say it like this: the Pistons, their next move will be the foundation of the house.
Okay.
It will be the basement of the
Yes.
house, the foundation of the house.
Okay.
The Lions are shopping for artwork.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
The house is done.
yeah, the floors are nice and new and
Right.
everything like that. You know, they're shopping for artwork right now. But the Pistons, the foundation of this house, that'll be their next move. Because if it doesn't work, you know, that sets you
But
back away.
The core of it does look strong.
Correct.
So it looks like you will be able to build a house with the parts that you have.
There you go. Absolutely. Let's do it. Where are we at?
Mad Packs.
Hey, the good people over
They
at
were
Mad
repping
Pack. Dog,
Friday.
It was in deep.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
them.
Colt.
Yeah, big shout out, man. They was rolling deep at opening day. We, of course, appreciate everybody that came down there to rock with us. But KG here to talk about Mad Packs. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they are partnering with Woodward Sports. You know what that means. I am going to be feeling good for opening day, and I did feel good at opening day. Mad Packs is going to take
They did everything they said they were going to
Yeah,
do.
that's a fact. That is a fact. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level. High-low is getting you high for the low. Who doesn't love that? Delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Yeah, I got to try that. That shit sound great. Blizzard Packs. THCA moon rocks that hit like a blizzard. Coming to select retailers in May of 2025. Stay tuned with Woodward Sports for all the latest updates.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
New rule here for Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. That's right, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. And, hey, you guys know I bought a car from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Sean bought a car from Feldman Chevrolet
True
in
story.
Novi. Sam Flannel bought a car from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. It was the greatest car buying experience of my life. Just being straight up with you guys. I said, hey, let's do it. All right, I like these terms. Signed a couple of papers, had my keys in an hour. During the show, not 90 minutes, I think it was technically. But I probably could have got them sooner, but I was doing the show. I wasn't going anywhere anyway. But that's the moral of the story. My guy Tim Brown is elite out there. You can go out there, say hi to everybody that is going on there. Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Go see the sales manager, George, too. He'll get you set up with somebody. Again, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Neil Rule, Sean Belesian, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge, all of you as well. I've saved, and I'm going to get caught up with the Woodward Sports chat thread in the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get ready. The draft's coming up. We're finalizing the plans. We'll let you know where we're going to be out with the people. And shout out to, there were a lot of you that showed up downtown opening day. Stopped by, said hello to everybody, got some photos with the people, man. It was incredible.
Nitty Gritty, Kool-Aid, 1970. There was a lot of good people there. Shout out
no doubt. Let's go over to Sean Belesian with Pizza Doppler 4000.
First round shit right here. That whole area just it tends to bring so much joy. I gotta say it again. I want pepperoni on top of pepperoni underneath. I'm telling you, Neil, the key, underrated. I am talking right now. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, 4th round, big type of stuff is that Wisconsin brick cheese. You go with that Wisconsin brick cheese, your life is going to be so much better for it. You are going to look like a genius on draft day.
There you go.
Now, if we could get with what you said, like the very first draft party that we had, and I don't know if any of you guys were there. Like we were doing the show with Joik, and when they picked Penei Sewell, it was phenomenal. If you guys can get out to the draft party, get out to the draft party. We'll all be down there. It's a great time, man. It really is.
We finna cut up.
I want to clean up this chat message too, because I think it's elite. Rich Baldwin.
Shout out.
KG is the James Brown of Woodward Sports Network.
You'll be surprised how many times he says that a week, bro. Like, literally, like, at least once or twice a week he says I'm the James Brown of Woodward. I think it's a compliment, though. Shout out to Rich Baldwin.
It's definitely a compliment. Yeah.
The Godfather of Soul.
Yeah, that's true. He, I think he was at opening day. He saw me inebriated, still operating the show, and he respected me.
Shout out.
Yeah, big shout out.
No doubt. Spenny, I sent you something in Slack real quick. Speaking of the people that were in the streets, I sent you a quick photo, and my bad because I meant to bring it up. So if you just get it loaded up, and we'll get to it at some point if you wouldn't mind. So just to do that one. But anyway, though, Sean, all right, the Red Wings. I'll do it, Paul.
You
said that last week.
You're still there.
Because nothing changed.
Well,
through all these wins, and I know Spenny's got it on there, so you're saying there's a chance. They won all these games. They beat Carolina. They beat Florida. Nothing changed.
Yeah,
they gained no ground.
Everybody else keep winning.
They gained no ground. All we've done is run out of time.
This is why I would say to you, I'll take it a step further, Neil. I will get the shells for you. I keep the shells locked up. I will get the shells out for you tomorrow
So you're going
night.
a step further.
Yeah, I will get the shells out for you tomorrow night should they lose to the Habs. If they go to Montreal and lose to the Habs tomorrow night, I will hand you the shells and say it is time.
Do it.
Really. Because then all of a sudden you find yourself 8 points behind the Habs with 5 games to go. Do the math. You in essence have to win out with that schedule is next to impossible. And you also have to hope for the Habs to only pick up 1 point in their last 4 games. And the way they're playing, I'm shocked by it, I might add. The way they're playing, I would not expect that to happen. So, Neil, you're close, but I can't tell you to do it yet. I can't tell you to shoot it yet.
But I'm closer than we were last week when 100%. We discussed it. And they beat Carolina and Florida.
100%.
And it didn't matter.
So it's loaded is what you're saying.
The timing right now is horrible because the Habs decided that they wanted to put together a 5-game win streak.
They have won 5 in a row, has Montreal. The Red Wings have won 2 in a row. The Islanders also have won 2 in a row, including beating Ovi on the day where he overtook Wayne Gretzky in the goal-scoring record. It's just, see, this is my point, though, Sean, and this is why I will say this, though. What makes me happy, they ain't going out like no punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing something about it.
Go out swinging, but we saw that last year, too.
So, like,
I agree with you.
I'll give them that, but this is why I'm not going to let 3 points dictate how I feel about the entirety of this organization. Like, nothing's changing with me. Marco Kasper, it continues to play well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a piece. I like that piece. What's that?
Soderblom looks good.
Soderblom looks good. Continues to you know what I'm saying? Like, I am cool. Like, for real. I am cool. Would I have rather they made the playoffs? Yeah, because it's better for me. Yeah. It makes my life easier.
And you've been
doing
critical.
this show.
It ain't like you just blindly following. You've been critical at certain points.
No, I have no. I'm not.
Neil, the only thing,
I don't even know what to say. I'm not upset, Sean.
Neil,
like everybody else is.
The only thing that you lose out on here is I know you've been consistent about saying that they've gotten better every year points wise. I think that you'll lose out on that this year.
Okay.
And
trust
me,
they're at the hump,
dude. Neil, I hope you understand the context in which I'm saying that. That's not a bad thing. Consider the source. I didn't think they were ready to make the playoffs yet.
You did.
I'm sorry.
You called
I
that
said
shit
it since
before
the
anybody.
beginning of the year.
We both did. I said, hey, the Devils are going to be better. That takes a spot away.
I don't know what to tell you, but that doesn't mean that I don't think they're, in a better position organizationally. I think they are. I understand that most of you don't want to hear that. I get it. I totally get it. I get it. Yes, you want to make the playoffs. Yes, you want to be excited going down the stretch. It's just, as cool as it is to see the Habs do that, at the end of the day, congratulations, you get Washington in the first round. In all likelihood, you get Washington in the first round. Yippee! Maybe you pull an upset like they did back in 2010, but at the end of the day, they're not ready to go do anything anyway. This is shaping up exactly like, I'm sorry, I've said this for 2 years. Montreal, Detroit, and Ottawa are 3 teams in this division that are all going like this. The problem for Detroit right now, and I was talking to young Justin about this, is you have a couple teams that are doing it better. Montreal's doing it better. Period. They are. They started later. Now their starting point was at a different point. Remember, Detroit didn't have Stamkos. Detroit didn't have, a young Hedman, okay? I mean, they basically had nothing to start this journey. Montreal was just coming off an improbable run to the Stanley Cup Finals, had Suzuki, had Cole Caulfield, okay? But they've done a really good job of loading up since then. But this division is going to be a bitch for years to come. It really is. And Tampa did it again. They did it. They did it again. Just when we all thought they had begun their initial descent, you knew Boston was getting the landing gear ready, okay? They really were. And they completely mailed it in. But many of us thought that Tampa was beginning their initial descent, and there they are doing Tampa.
And then the wind kicked up, and they had to
Right?
take back
That's
off
exactly-
again. They got to circle it back.
And that's what makes this division so damn intriguing, because Montreal's not going anywhere. Ottawa's not going anywhere. Detroit is not going anywhere. Fucking Tampa. Gosh damn. And by the way, does anybody know the architect of this Tampa team that has been able to stick around so long?
Oh, was it
Anybody?
Stevie Y?
It was, yeah. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Calm down.
And look at, too, when they won those cups.
Yeah.
Spaced out, won a couple in a row.
Took the one crazy run that they weren't going to win with their goalie, who was not the goaltender of the future, and Ben Bishop, and but had incredible prolonged success, and I think that's what Steve's trying to build to. I don't think it's going to be the crazy wild success that Tampa had. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the circumstances aren't the same. Where you don't have 2 bona fide Hall of Famers in waiting when you take over in Stammer and Hedman, but there's a lot to like about the Red Wings right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Like, Tampa's one of the teams of the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No
like
yeah,
when you read, they may be the
question.
team. They may be the
Probably
team of the
they
2000s.
are the team, yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's them or Boston.
Pittsburgh.
Yuck.
Don't forget Pittsburgh won. They won 3.
Chicago.
They went to the final. Chicago, L.A.
Yeah, the Kings.
Yeah, Pittsburgh or Tampa, right?
That's great. I've never even thought about this before. It just kind of popped in my head. I'm like, who's been better than them since the 2000s?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
Pretty hard to deny.
Mark in the chat, the Blues blown game will come back to haunt us. And Mark, the schedule's full of those things, man. The Sharks game at home, all of those are gonna be that. But yeah, I mean, the moral of the story is for the Red Wings. Look, Montreal has a game in hand. Red Wings are 6 points back. It's just it's tough.
You go up 8 with 5 Red Wing games left, and it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, so a loss tonight, a loss tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's a playoff
in Montreal,
game.
I'm giving you the Shells. Honestly, they lose to Montreal tomorrow.
Yeah.
Spenny's going to say, please don't do it. And I'm going to go, Spenny, you need to go to your room, put on some headphones, turn on some really loud music.
Right.
All right? And then I'm going to hand you
And we're
going to
go get ice cream after, Spenny.
Yeah,
we
fair.
will.
There you go.
That's fair.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that.
Can I get 2 scoops?
Yeah,
You can
today,
get 2
yes.
scoops, and I'll even drive by the farm we took the dog to.
Aw.
We can't let you see the dog because it would be too hard on him.
Yes.
But I would say somewhere in that farm he's playing.
That's fair.
All right?
Take the safety off, Neil, tonight. Take the safety off.
So tomorrow's it, man. If you're interested in going, by the way, tickets start at $74 in Montreal. So, they're amped for it too, everybody. So just remember that. Where are we headed?
Buddies.
Buddy's Pizza, everybody.
Sean's headed there,
calm
too.
down.
Right.
Calm down.
Don't you do it.
Wisconsin brick cheese.
There you go. They started Detroit-style pizza. They've been serving it since 1946. 22 locations in Michigan. Use a promo code 10meal. Sean used a promo code 10meal. I think it was last Friday.
I did, as a matter of fact.
So, see, there you go.
It's amazing how that worked out.
Look, they got great partnerships with local area organizations, too, like the Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. A cornerstone of Detroit. They've been in the game 79 years, and you can, I know you guys appreciate all that, and that is cool. I respect that stuff as well, but let's talk about reality. 10% off. Promo code 10meal. What are we talking about? It's Buddies.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Spring is in the air and Michigan is buzzing. 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles, crafted with real fruit juice and no artificial sweeteners. There's big flavor but low calories and 100% hangover free. It's all bubbles with no troubles. Catch it in watermelon, cherry, strawberry, or all three. Crack a can, take a sip, and catch a buzz. Available at any of Loom's 38 locations across Michigan. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in store. Go to www.loom.com today and get some buzzing.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. People kind of locked into the hockey talk. Okay, I'll take it. Neil Rule, Sean Belisian. Oh, Spenny, you got that?
I do.
Yeah, you got that photo pulled up. And again, just wanted to shout out everybody. Came out downtown. I was meeting the White Sox fans, which was cool.
Hey.
There was one. All right, so you got to respect
God bless
that.
him for being a Sox fan. Way to go.
You know what, Sean? I told him, too. I said, that logo's actually pretty sick.
Dude,
No, it is.
I will tell you
The
this.
Southside White Sox jerseys.
I will tell you this anytime. My kid and I, even when he lived across the street from Wrigley, we would shoot down to the Sox all the time, jump on the subway. He literally lived across the street from Wrigley Field. I'm not joking. Like, you could look it up. There's a little street called Cornelia. He lived across the street from Wrigley. We would jump on the subway and go to the Sox games all the time.
Yeah.
There were always great seats available for cheap. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
'Cause
So
they
we went all the time. Don't get me wrong, Wrigley is an event. We all know that. But I used to love going down to Sox games with him when he was living in Chicago.
The discussions are underway, KG. I may make my first run to Lone Depot Park for the Marlins in the beginning of May when I go down there.
Let's
So
go.
we're talking
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, I go down to a couple games a year when I go down there.
You know we're going to
Him and
next
Jeter
week.
be talking.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's great.
Then I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. We were downtown eating on our way going over to the casino. And this was pretty cool. So had to send a shout out to my guy Nolan. He's right there to the right of me. In the road, respect the road 80s Tigers jersey from the Young Buck, by the way.
Epic.
But Nolan was hanging out with his pops and everybody. Said, quote, I love the Javi takes. So
somebody like it.
So there you go. And he's a youngster, young big baseball fan. So shout out Nolan, appreciate y'all. He came up to the table too. He's like, "Hey, you're the guy on Woodward Sports, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You're the guy that hates Javi."
Neil,
That's
by
what
the way,
you're known
we're
as now.
heading. We're doing back to back next week. I'm taking my boy to the afternoon game in Milwaukee, and then coming back for the Thursday night game against Kansas City. Like,
Oh, nice.
How great is that?
Nice.
That
It's
is
like,
great.
Let's go. You know, my boy's in town. Let's go. Let's go to a couple games in a row. Milwaukee's a great park, by the way.
It
Just
is.
great city.
No, it
I'm
is.
shocked at what a great
Very
city it is.
underrated.
Yeah,
Milwaukee
downtown
is.
Milwaukee. Oh yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Never been.
It's
Go.
fun.
Yeah,
Go.
You need
You
to.
and-
Ben.
you and
You
the
would do
boys-
very well
No,
there.
it's a lot more to do than you think.
Spenny, you and the boys, you took a weekend road trip there. It's only about 5 hours.
Yeah, great
I
bars.
fear for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Great
Especially
bars.
that downtown area. It
Downtown's
is-
like very affordable too. Like the hotel rooms are cheap.
Okay.
I got family
the,
around
the
there.
women
Spenny.
are nice and the bars are fine.
the bars and bars.
Yeah.
Plural.
A
You'll
man
have
like
blast.
Spenny would do very well there.
You'll have a blast.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Mark, if we can get the points from the wild card back to 4, then at least it's possibly in our hands. Which all starts tomorrow. It's a non-negotiable. That tomorrow could be the funeral.
Yeah.
Like it could be.
Need to win that game. Must win.
If they lose that game, it is the funeral.
You know what? Listen, can I take it a step further? If you win the game in overtime, that still hurts you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, win in
Honestly,
regulation
you-
because of your stupid league and their stupid rules where you get rewarded for
Neil,
losing.
that's how you lost your X account. Calm down. That's how they got you the first
That
time.
is true. That was big NHL coming after you.
No, I'm
true.
not.
Trying
I'm
to
not
silence
being
you.
funny because even a Detroit win, the Habs are still up 5 with 5 to go.
Yeah.
With your
you need-
stupid league.
You need
And-
to win in
and-
regulation.
You did this.
I did. It was my choice.
Sean, real quick, what do you think about getting rewarded for losing?
Oh god.
You know my thoughts on that. I don't like it at all.
Okay.
What's so wrong about ties? I'm sorry. What's so wrong about ties? And I know I'm in the deep dark minority with that. I don't get it. What's wrong with a tie? Congratulations, you guys played 65 minutes. You each get a point. I don't understand it. So whatever. What do you want me to say?
You get rewarded for losing.
Wings schedule the rest of the way. Not that somebody's been saying this
Right, move it right
consistently.
How
for
many
the
games
last
can they
3
lose
months.
and still get points from, Sean?
Well, actually,
going,
6. Since you asked the question, they could. You could go 0-6 and still get 6 points. You'd be
Wow.
behind the Habs still, but no, you guys, I'm sorry. I've been saying this before 4 Nations consistently here. Habs, Panthers, Lightning, Stars, Devils, Maple Leafs. That's your remaining schedule. Good fucking luck with that. Damn. Yeah. Good luck with that. And conversely, and this is a big factor in the Habs, they're at home against the Wings, at Ottawa, at Maple Leafs, have the Blackhawks at home, and the Hurricanes. That doesn't bode well for Detroit.
Also in the chat, Hoof-Hearted. I'd like to see Kosa get a nice playoff run this year in the AHL.
I don't care about what Kosa does in the AHL. He's done enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Costa in the AHL.
Once the Wings get taken out back, if they get taken out back, those games are. Where can you stream the AHL games at?
You can.
I meant to ask you this.
You can. I
Probably a Facebook somewhere.
no, it's I know it's on Flow Sports, but you can.
Oh, Flow Sports.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it's on Flow Sports.
No
or Live Barn. It might be Live Barn.
Okay.
I'm not.
I can find it out.
I'm sure if you go to the Griffins Twitter, they probably post a link for it.
I'm sure they do.
They're
AHL
you know what?
TV, Flow Hockey.
Can I say this though? Who was that said that point? I think it would be fun for Costa to do that. The year before is huge. There's confidence. I can tell you this, and you're going to be shocked, Neil, that I come up with these two examples. There was a guy by the name of Patrick Waugh that took his AHL team all the way to the Calder and won it, and then the next year came in and won a Stanley Cup as the youngest Conn Smythe Trophy winner ever. There was a guy by the name of Carey Price that came to an underachieving team in the AHL in 2007 and did the same thing and ended up being the MVP. So, if anything, that, in my mind, if there's any reservations about bringing this guy up next year, now they're gone. So, Spenny, consider that. If Costa goes nuts in an AHL run, nuts, okay? There's no possible conceivable way you can say, well, we're going to leave him down. So to me,
that's fair.
I don't know. That's
my goal. I want him to go on a run to say there's literally nothing left to do here.
There's nothing you can justify to keep him down in Grand Rapids.
That's fair.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts in there as well. And I had a good one there. Lots of love. People got a lot of love for Milwaukee too.
Unbelievable.
Just went down there.
Just don't go outside of Milwaukee.
My friend,
especially if you're a person of color.
My friend Mustache has a family that lives in Milwaukee. He goes there all the time. He loves it. I've never
all right. So the funny thing about Milwaukee is the downtown area that we were talking about is awesome. Around the stadium is kind of like that old school area where you find all the ma and pa bars that have been there for 80 years.
Yeah.
Dude, like it's a borderline house.
The PBR is just flowing left and right. I mean, really cool, as you said, house type places. I enjoyed that as much as anything. The downtown area is hype. Like you hop from place to place, great food, all the modern amenities. But Chase, I know you're familiar with it. That area, I forget the name of the street, as you're going into where Miller Park is or Family, whatever it is now, is full of those old school Polish family has owned this house / bar for 100 years. Go in there and you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Like the family's daughter was born, at like 1 a.m. right when they called last call. Like that's a story. DNC ENT Pistons Kings tonight. I need a win. Please don't back into the playoffs, please. I also have $200 riding on 45 wins.
Oh,
so
that explains it.
That's an influence
Is
for
Tobias
me
going to be back
as well.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter, obviously, but do you think he's back?
I don't know. Yeah,
You
I
said
don't know.
Tobias?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Also,
keep him rested for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Why not?
that's what this is at this point.
I don't even care.
Duran didn't play either.
Yeah.
So, yes.
That's fine.
Busy 313 in the super chat. If it's tied in regulation, we should pull the goalie. You may as well. I mean, that's a gimmick, just like getting rewarded for losing.
I would.
You have to.
If it's 2-2 with 3 minutes left against the Habs, I'm pulling the goalie.
You have to. You even give them a point. Yeah. I don't want to say,
it's a death
Neil,
march.
I might not give you the Shells if the Habs get a point tomorrow. I might say you're going to have to wait one day. I'm sorry. You lose, you get the Shells. I'm handing you the Shells, okay? You have to go take care of business. If Montreal steals a point, I might have to pull them back, but you're really on life support at that point in time. Because, again, it's 5-5 with your schedule being what it is and their schedule being what it is. That's a dagger.
Robert Closia, way too much reward for the overtime win. Would only make sense if wins were 3 points like soccer. Thank you, Robert.
Soccer
either make it 3 points for regulation wins or stop rewarding teams for losing.
I have a crazy thought. Let's say you win in overtime and you get 2 points, and the loser gets nothing.
That's what I think it should be too.
Right?
Why not? Like what?
Right.
What are we talking about?
Now, hold on. This is going to get even crazier. All right. Let's say after you play 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime, okay? Which, oh, by the way, the actual ties have skyrocketed down, and I think it'll put the impetus to increase your offensive productivity and take some chances. What if after 65 minutes I just said, all right, you know how it's 2-2? That's called a tie. And you're going to get 1 point, Spenny, and you're going to get 1 point, Neil. I know that's revolutionary, but would you guys be down with that?
I'd
Okay.
Losing, getting.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Do you want to do the Planet Fitness spot before I read this breaking news?
Yeah, we could do that.
All
and
right.
then,
Live at the Planet Fitness studio. You guys already know what it is. Planet Fitness, over 50 locations in Metro Detroit, which means there's a Planet Fitness where you are, probably right now, as a matter of fact. Go to planetfitness.com, join up there. I was told by somebody downtown, actually, that is a member at one of the big chain gyms that said that they're considering switching to Planet Fitness. They pay $109 a month for their gym membership. And I asked him, I said the same thing to him, what I said to you. Why?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I said, hey, there's one right downtown. There's one, you can literally walk to it from here, everybody. But hey, some people out there doing it. I don't get it either. Go to planetfitness.com. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Don't do it.
How much?
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, final segment of the show. And look, you guys know on Fridays, Sean, you're a part of this. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, by the way, KG, Spencer Raxter, of course, Chase in the Chase Lounge. You guys know Fridays are famed for the nickel packages, maybe more famous for the Bourbon Friday, where we sample the bourbon wares. We've struck up relationships with a couple of the different bourbon companies around town.
Shout out Virtual.
Breaking news, Kentucky's famed Buffalo Trace Distillery has temporarily shut down after being directly impacted by historic levels of flooding in Kentucky.
Damn, dude.
Not Buffalo Trace.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, that is tough.
Kentucky's right along one of the rivers, and there's a little loop. It's like I don't know what it's called, but it's disconnected from Kentucky. You have to go through Tennessee to get to it, but it's such a undesirous piece of land that Tennessee is just letting Kentucky just keep it for all these years.
Damn.
This impacts me. So if you like Buffalo Trace, if you like the Sazerac Rye, the Pappy Van Winkle, the Eagle Rare, which I celebrate, the Colonel E.H. Taylor, which I celebrate a lot, they're shutting down. So
for how long did they say?
It doesn't say. Just prayers up to that region.
Yeah.
Not because of the people that are impacted.
But because of that.
No, obviously I'm kidding.
Let's just hope the barrels are okay. You know, I mean,
now they are elevated.
The good thing about the bourbon is you can just use those barrels over and over and over, right? You know, if I want my rye, you ruin a bunch of, brand new barrels. I'm devastated. You fire those barrels up; they'll be fine.
They could have did that shit to Angels Envy or something. They didn't have to do that to Buffalo.
I would say Angels Envy's good.
No, it is. I went to the
Art Vandelay, Blanton's. Yeah, but that's just regular bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, people make that a big deal. It's very, very mid. To me. But anyway, I would take.
It's because the cool horse on the court.
Yeah, among other things. I don't get it either. But yeah, that's again, for the region, for the people in the region. Obviously, shout out to you guys, man. Hopefully everything's okay. But I would take Mike Oya. How about Blanton's? I just told you. That's what about Blanton's. I hope they recover before the market does.
That ain't happening. No.
If you gave me a checklist, like things to be fixed.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace Distillery, then the market. That would be my 1-2 power ranking. So shout out to them. But yeah. Well, Sean, tomorrow night, it's it. Pistons Kings tonight. Tigers at 3:10, right?
Can't wait.
Against
Who
the
do you like
Yankees.
in the
Fresh
game
off
tonight?
work.
for the Tigers. Oh, by the way, real quick,
Mine's on the same
No, I'm
story.
talking national championship.
Oh, yeah, the
we
national-
both took Florida, right?
yeah. No, I took Houston.
Okay, I
in
took
the
Florida
bracket.
at the beginning.
I got Florida.
I got
Legitimately, I
Houston.
took Florida.
Yeah.
I have a
taking
chance
Houston.
to actually win a bracket. Like, I'm not, like, really and truly, I haven't won one, like, in 30 years. I have a, it comes down to, there were, like, 3 different dudes that it depends on total points. I had a $1.68, so if it's close to $1.68,
Yeah, wait, it's
I'll
not gonna
actually
get up
win.
there. Sorry, Sean.
It's okay.
It's not gonna get up there. The Woodward brackets. I was surprised. So many people took Houston.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said anything.
I took Florida.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got a
We've
shot
been
to
on
win it or
Florida
no?
from the
I don't
jump.
think so.
Yeah, because I got Houston. I don't have a shot to win it either.
Yeah, my top 4 was Michigan State, Florida, Duke, Tennessee. So
I had Florida, Tennessee.
Yeah, I had
Florida beating
Arizona
Duke.
knocking out
Yeah.
Duke. That was my like one long shot there.
I got the leaderboard pulled up.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So the only person I'm like recognizing from the chats regularly is Sound Kayak, tied for second.
Yep. He's got
Damn.
Houston
yeah, he
as
said
well.
he needs Houston to win.
Yep.
Damn, shout out
Yeah.
Sign Kayak.
Yep. He's up there. I think I'm like 110th or something like that.
Hey, look what
Saw him
time
in
it
the
is.
chest this morning.
Yeah, that's absolutely. It is 1 o'clock. Oh, but by the way, I was going to say this too. DNC ENT, the Get Right, cash that ticket on
Yeah.
Friday. The 100th iteration of the Get Right.
Round of applause, man.
The Tigers on the run line.
Oh, nice.
Minus a 1.5, minus 110. That cashed the 100th iteration of the Get Right, Sean. We are 67-33.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's documented. You can go back and look.
That's cash.
Shout out to Fresno State getting points at home back in the day on the late night game.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
it. All right, for Sean Belize and KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase, I'm Neil. Thanks for tapping in, Big D Energy. Well, see you later.